Yo, 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 yo. It is the Ooh Ladies First panel. That's right, damn it. We're back. We're back for another show. Listen. Yeah. Make sure you are following all of the ladies at Jami ThatsMe, at Bondy Blue, at Necey Dixon. Y'all know I have a new Twitter, Blue Rose Bondy. I need to put it in there, but I haven't yet. Somebody put it in the chat for me. Okay. Thank you. So, y'all, are y'all ready? We're ready.
Ready?
Hi,
Hey
everyone.
y'all.
Hey,
What's going
Going
on?
on?
It's good.
Not much.
everything
Life
going
is good.
on.
Everything going on.
Yes, everything. It's all good though. I
It is
love it.
okay. How are my niece and nephew?
Amazing.
Nephew is doing really good.
Yes.
Busy,
Yeah.
busy, talkative, like his mama.
Oh,
But he's
stop.
doing good. Yes.
Yeah,
When he
Snow
wake
just
up in
start
the
making
morning,
noises.
really?
Yeah, she start making noises. It's
Oh,
so cute. She be talking.
Oh, she
I
definitely
love it.
because you rapping to her.
I know. Yeah, she gonna be a mess.
Listen, speaking of parentals and parents,
Mhm.
we're gonna do this with respect because that's how I am. Okay. I was at first gonna put a picture of the baby up here, but I was like, you know what? That would be a bit too much for the journalistic integrity in which I have inside of me. So
Mhm.
we're just gonna do this because the mama and the daddy can be here, and I don't like the daddy. And since she decided to tattoo his face on her face, they're both here. Um, y'all, they have been talking about Krishan and her baby, and if her baby has what is it, alcohol fetal syndrome,
Mhm.
and people feel like these things, but I just kind of feel like she put her whole damn life on Front Street, acted damn fool throughout that entire pregnancy, proceeded to drink, smoke, fight, and fuck all on camera while being pregnant. And when we noticed that the baby might not be developing as he should, now everybody wants to tell us to mind our business. I mean, I don't, I'm a mind my business, but I really don't like when people who should not have children, and then we have to watch them like mishandle, mistreat said children. And I know people don't necessarily feel like she may be mistreating, mishandling, but I think the way she handled her pregnancy and the way she continues to go after Blueface like a crackhead, to
Mhm.
me, it tells me that you're a pick me mother, which means you're going to harm that child either now or later behind Blueface.
Mm.
Mm.
What y'all think?
I hate that she. I'm glad little man made it here. But I do hate that she went forward with it. I was very disappointed in her ways, and she really did not give a damn. Now I am confused on whether the young baby may have what was it, alcohol fetal syndrome is one
Yeah.
of them, but people are also saying that he may have chat,
What's
Cridu
that?
chat. It's like a rare genetic disorder. And the people, because I saw this a few months ago on TikTok, and they were saying that based on how he cries, like when she be on live, you can hear him in the background whine or cry, and those are the same cries similar to some of their children that had cry to chat. And I
Mm.
may
What
be
is it
saying it
again?
wrong.
You said
They're
you could tell
saying
by
it's
the way they cry.
by the way he was crying, and
Mm.
different features, I think, like around his eyes or something,
Yeah.
features in his eyes. So they call it cry do chat syndrome, Criduchat, and it's like three different words. But yeah, yeah, that's what they say. It's like a genetic disorder of some sort. So Desiree put it in the chat. Thanks, Desiree. So
Mm.
yeah, that's what I don't know if it's alcohol or if it's that. So I don't know. I would still think that her irresponsibleness throughout her pregnancy may have definitely contributed to what he has going on. But then in addition, it could be a genetic situation that could have come from her or Blueface's side. So I'm not
Hmm.
really sure.
I just Googled it. It's saying that Chat is a rare genetic disorder caused by missing pieces on a particular chromosome. It has nothing to do with something that the parents have done or failed to do. So I don't know. It might be something off, but um, You know, I don't think that people are wrong for speculating and talking about what they see only because they came to us with the bullshit.
Hello.
Every single week, everything was a headline, even down to the pregnancy, it seemed like, and the stuff that she did while she was pregnant. So, you know, I hate it for the child if that's the case. I hate it that the child has to be discussed, but they came to us with the bullshit in my unbirthed voice.
And you know what else I saw? And somebody tried to come at me about this. I don't know why y'all feel like, if Tasha says something that I need to be checking her about. Like Tasha says shit I don't agree with all the fucking time. Like I don't know where y'all get this from, that because we work
That's true.
together, that y'all need to come in and ask me, did you tell Tasha this? No, bitch. Because I don't care. I don't care. But on my platform, I'm gonna give my opinion as I see fit. So when Krishan Jr.'s fucking grandmother decides to get her yamp ass, I'm sorry, her old tramp ass in a jacuzzi and say to her and joke and laugh about her grandbaby being slow, and that when her piss poor ain't shit ass son gets home from jail, he's going to be the one to make sure that the baby is going to the doctor. Yeah, girl, I'm gonna read that old hoe down to her raggedy, dirty ass toenails. Yes, I absolutely am. And that has nothing to do with whatever the fuck Tasha said, because at the end of the day, you know what Tasha is not? The grandmother. Because we all know that people talk shit about other people's kids all the time, but it's a whole nother fucked up thing when you're talking shit about your own.
This the same man that didn't believe the child was his to begin with.
That
This
baby look
the
like
one
Charles
that's taking
Barkley,
the
girl.
baby to the doctor.
Said the baby looked like Charles Barkley.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Like I'm like, why y'all always trying to come for me? Like that? Why you like? I'm sorry, but I think it's way more fucked up and problematic for somebody that can actually touch this child to be talking about him like that. Like someone that could actually watch this child talking about him, they slow making fun of him. I'm sorry. Like now girl, think about it. Think about Carlisa as a mother making fun of her boy children. And now you know why these niggas is psychopaths. Because apparently Blueface is not the only one. But the way Blueface acts, he acts like somebody that hates his mother, because when he was growing up, she probably made fun of him, did not nurture him or emotionally secure him properly. And so now he is seeking out women in vengeance. Like, I want to destroy you bitches because I can't stand my raggedy ass mama. Like that's the vibe. So I just I don't understand. I don't understand.
Did you get that link I sent you?
Let me look. Oh, oh wait, in the private chat.
Yeah.
Hold up. Let me look. Okay, got it. All right. All right. So I'm pulling this up. Twitter. Cause somebody has said something. Let me fix us, girl. Where are we at? Girl, no. How do we put us back in the up the ladder to the roof fast? I'm sorry. Okay. Boom. I need that to look right. Okay. So reading this off of Twitter, Peter Dredd said Blueface and Krishan Rock's baby allegedly have created chat syndrome, from the weak cat-like cry to the facial features. He reportedly looks exactly like one of the sample pictures. Jaden, Stewie, Jocelyn Hernandez, Natalie, Kayla, Nicole Taylor, and Travis Crazy
I
Brown.
think
Oh, wait, huh?
I think those are just like tags for that
Oh,
to come
how
up
would
in
you
the
tag
conversation.
people?
I was confused. I was like, what y'all there? I was like, what they all
I
got
like
in
that all
common?
these people got it. I was girl. Credal chest syndrome is a rare genetic disorder caused by a missing section of a particular chromosome known as chromosome 5. So yeah. Like people have been comparing to
Look, hey, Krishan.
Low key.
Those are the
Hello.
cries that they're
You want your
referencing.
bottle? He took your bottle. It's okay. You don't even cry. This little grunt you doing is so cute.
okay, see, that's so problematic to me. For her to be like, this little grunt you're doing is so cute. You don't even cry. Bitch, babies are supposed to cry. I don't know if you know. So if your baby's not crying and then he making like weird little noises, no, that's so cute. No. Doctor, bitch. Like,
Oh,
because
And
it
she's
makes me
she's saying that because she on that live. And
Mm-hmm.
people probably thinking that she's doing something to the baby because the baby's crying. That's why she like, you don't even cry. And it's like, what?
Baby.
That's what they do for a variety of reasons.
It also, you know, I'm gonna tell you what else that bothers me when she says shit like, I rebuke that in the like I've been talking about this, but people that don't have a lot of, and I please don't take this wrong, people that don't have a lot of sense and or education that wrap themselves in religious, ways of thinking or verbalizations, they bother me because y'all are the pray it away people. Y'all are the, you know, I'm just gonna go to Jesus about my baby being, needing mental help. You know what I'm saying? Y'all
Mhm.
know how like when we was growing up, people would be like, "Oh, they just all right." Nah, all they need is the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. And
Mhm.
I worry heavily when it comes to that because it's almost like you can't tell them anything because they really in their minds, "Oh no, I rebuke that and God gonna work it out for me." Like, ma'am, you need to go see a goddamn doctor. Like God don't put all of these things in front of you for you to ignore them. Like, get the help. The help is there. God is sending help, bitch. Okay. Like,
And you over there talking about you rebuking it. Go and take the baby to the doctor so that
hold
you
on.
can
Yeah.
shoot
God
it
sent go to the
completely
house.
down. So, hey, my child does not have this.
Stop me
Can
right
y'all
here.
stop saying that?
Hold on. God's like, go to the
Go to the doctor.
please.
Yes.
Oh my
Social
gosh.
media is telling you, and it's me telling you through social
Right.
media.
I'm sending people your way.
Like, come on. Like it's worrisome, it's bothersome, y'all. But
Not picking and choosing when you have a relationship with the Lord. I hate that. What?
because that's exactly what the fuck they be doing. You be out here twerking, pussy popping, punching people in the fucking face and everything, and then none of that matter. But as soon as somebody be like, "Bitch, you
Right.
wrong," then it's like, "But it's the Lord, though. But it's the Lord."
Exactly.
Girl,
Been running them up the whole 9+ months, and then now you want to sit up here and talk about what you rebuke. I can't take it.
girl,
You
when I
should have
tell
been
you,
rebuking Blueface before we got here.
Mm.
you still running up there to the jailhouse. Didn't she say that a day? A lion talking about she went to the jail and Blueface held the baby, and they was like, "Bitch, ain't nobody letting Blueface hold no goddamn baby." And I was just like, I don't know what they let go down in prison, but what I do know is somebody signing up for this type of life is just so stupid to me. Like, just so stupid.
Oh yeah, as hell.
Like, ugh. Let's move on because she make my nerves bad.
And
Okay,
tragic as fuck.
it really is. So y'all may not know who Jeff Goldblum is, but let me refresh your memory. He be in movies
Mm-hmm.
and shit. All right. Jeff Goldblum went viral this week for saying that he's not leaving his fortune to his kids. He said they need to get it out the mud on their own. And I feel like this is low key fucked up, but I also understand what he's saying. He's basically saying, I want them to find their own passion. And if they have my money to rely on, they're not going to find their own passion because they're going to be too busy just doing whatever the fuck they want to do because I can take care of them. So I do get that. And it looks like you are creating, children of caucasity. So I think it'll probably be a blessing to us and everybody around them if you don't raise them to be little assholes. Because I feel like when kids grow up being taken care of to a certain extent, being spoiled, that's where they get that from. You give them everything. You try to make sure that they don't, have to do anything for themselves. It fucks them up. Okay. So yeah, I'm kind of here for it, but I also feel like, how about a trust? Like you ain't gonna leave them nothing. Like,
He is. He gonna
That's
lead them something. He
right,
gonna lead
Jamie.
them something to do something. He just said he not gonna leave enough for them to do absolutely nothing.
Exactly.
okay.
That's yeah, but I think I'm one. That's still a good question though about the trust because I'm like that would make sense to still put a certain amount in a trust until they get to a certain age, and then they can access it. Because now I was feeling conflicted, right? I was feeling like one when it comes down. Well, let me say this: parents technically don't have to leave a damn thing to their children, just like their children don't have to take care of their ass when they get old, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's your money, your life, whatever. But at the same time, if I'm going to make a lot of money and leave it, I'm leaving it to my kids. I'm not leaving it to the government to make them. They already decide on enough. They not going to decide on that part. I'm going to give it to some people that I know they're at least going to do some good to it, or I'm going to be okay with it going to my kids.
Right.
So that's, how I feel about that. I don't fault him for not leaving it all though. Like if you want to leave a portion because he doesn't want to create lazy kids, I mean, that's better than nothing. But I do say, I mean, leave it all to your kids. Maybe set up parameters or something as to when they receive it, but don't just let all your hard work go in vain and go back to the government.
You know what people used to do
I
back in the
don't.
day? Old Hollywood
Well,
used to give their shit to charities, like give it away to a whole bunch of different charities.
I
that's
wouldn't
what
even
I
do
was
that.
wondering.
I don't trust charities.
Nah, hell no.
In
Y'all
these
know how
days,
I feel.
I
I
would
don't
put a
trust.
charity in my child's name. Like I will do
okay,
that or something.
yeah,
But
I
Exactly.
like
The
that.
nonprofits, I don't
Yes,
know.
start a charity. That's what they should do. If you do have money left over, then you should have a charity put in your name that will fund something that matters to you, so that your money, whatever is left that you don't want to give to your kids, can be left to better the world. Because at the end of the day, like, what else are you gonna do with it once you're gone? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I kind of
That's
get what
what
he's saying though. I think he's gonna give them access. 71.
he said his children are toddlers. He better leave something, since they will still be school age when it's the white folk cross.
Oh damn, they are 8 and 6. I didn't
I
know they
was
was
thinking
that
that.
young.
When I saw that picture, I figured that it wouldn't be long, which is why he was saying that, because he's probably not going to be able to see them become adults and start their careers. Like,
Mhm. So let me
when you
make
hit your
sure.
prime.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, the good thing is he'll still be able to provide for them in other ways. I'm sure he'll give them access that will,
right.
they're going to be set up to be able to take care of themselves. So I get what he's saying.
And the
But
mama
I
probably not
agree.
gonna let it go down like that.
You said what?
The mama probably like, yeah, nigga, say whatever you want to say, but I know I get this motherfucking money if you die, and if I leave something to my kids, that's what the fuck I'm gonna
Okay.
do. You can say
Exactly.
whatever you want to say.
I know
Play for
that's
the
right.
media if you want to. Make it seem like they really got it out the mud if you want to.
Mm-hmm. Child, he's 71, and in 10 years he'll be 81, and those kids will be 18, and
And
he'll
Well,
can
be
he
I
looked good in that picture.
I
he
was
do.
just gonna say, can I say he looked good at 71? Like it's
Well, he
really
Yeah.
not getting
do.
71. Like Jeff looks
Mm-hmm.
He's
good.
good looking. He is.
And
He's
that
Yeah,
always.
thing was stinging in the middle of the 60s. See, let me tell y'all something. Let me
Wait,
get
what
on. Let me
thing?
give it a little rant. That
What
thing
thing?
was stinging for him to create some kids
Oh,
at
I
six
thought you
years
saw
old.
it somewhere,
That thing
Jamie.
was really thinging. No.
Well, the
I was
I
like,
thing.
where
ain't
the fuck
see
did
it.
you find this?
If we search hard enough,
No,
we
I
might
thought
find
you
it.
find the Jeff Goldblum.
What the fuck?
Girl, let me go Google Jeff Goldblum.
I just want to say to the politicians, when we tell y'all, or not tell y'all, because we really didn't even approve for y'all to be in the White House past a certain age. Y'all chose that a long periodically time ago before we was born. But if you gonna be in there, be like Jeff. Look like Jeff and be able to get around like Jeff. Okay? Don't be in there at y'all old age about to croak over, fall the hell over, and over here making decisions on our behalves that you probably not even gonna be able to live to see come to fruition. Okay, we need to put a cap on that, and we need y'all to get up out of there by 55. But I just wanted to rant about that real quick
No,
after I
I
saw
think,
how good Jeff looked.
girl, listen, it's acting stupid because I was definitely about to pull up this picture of him on the beach.
Oh,
Okay.
Hold up. It's just acting stupid. It's giving me a pauserization. Hold up.
I
Close
never saw this for us. Okay, Jeff Goldblum.
how old is his wife?
that.
She look a bit young in the
Oh, she's
face.
definitely
She
young.
probably in her 40s.
Damn, Jeff been married 3 times.
Oh, yeah, look at him. This is
How
him.
old is that? That says 61. Oh, 2014. That's 10 years ago. He's 71. Yeah.
Mhm.
His wife is 41 years old.
And she looked, yeah. Mm-hmm.
She 30 years
But
younger than him. That's
she
a
looks
big
like
ass
a goddamn
gap.
child in this picture. I'm gonna let it go. She don't look like a child in the picture that I have of them. She look, she's aged, but that's
Hmm.
still, yeah. He running the shop.
It's a
Nigga is
handsome
controlling the
man.
thing. He
He
is.
do look good.
He's a-
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go on and move on, you guys. Let me see. What's next on my list? So y'all, this is when doing too much for a man goes wrong. Okay, so y'all don't know these people, so let me just run it to y'all right quick.
Hard wig, soft life.
It's
Okay,
giving for my man.
listen,
Hard wig, soft life.
stick it beside him. Stick it beside him. Okay. Canadagua, New York. I don't know what the fuck Canadagua is, but okay. Upper New York man convicted just last month of R-ing a high school senior held captive for days is now accused of orchestrating a murder for hire plot. allegedly through jailhouse calls with his girlfriend against the judge, prosecutor, and witness who put him behind bars. Here, the white man we see before us is Alexander Kais, 21, was already in danger of serving half a century in prison following his mid-March convictions for sexually assaulting and unlawfully imprisoning an 18-year-old high school student he met online and invited her over to stay the weekend with him in June 2022. After he was jailed, but before he could be sentenced, Kais allegedly plotted with his girlfriend, seen here, Lydia Gator, to use Xanax pills as down payment for an assassin who was in reality an undercover cop to kill the judge in the case that led to Gator's arrest, too. So, yeah, a 16-year-old has also been arrested. They didn't name,
What?
but this was like there were a few stupid ass people involved with this. But here's the kicker: apparently, Lydia Gator, his black girlfriend here, she's pregnant. She was pregnant. That's why she decided to, I guess, do the murder
No.
for hire plot because she had semen on her brain. Girl, I don't know, but
She was doing that to try to keep him from being locked up.
yes. Even though he's already been convicted. So can you explain to me how killing the judge, the prosecutor, and the witness was going to exonerate this man? Because that's not how any of that works. They would have just replaced them with a new prosecutor and a new judge.
Right.
What the?
What
I
a
don't. What is
dummy.
she
And you
on?
pregnant? And
Child.
not at one point did you ever think whether anything that's any of the charges against him could be true.
That's the thing for me. He did that shit. Like, listen to what they said. They said at the rape trial, prosecutors said that starting on June 5th, 2022, Kai sexually assaulted the victim, strangled her over a 2-day period, unlawfully imprisoning her. Next,
Wow.
he got his grandmother to go to a hospital with the victim, telling a story that the victim's injuries were due to a mugging.
Wow.
Oh wow, I'm disgusted. And she still wanted to
Yes. She was pregnant when all the like, so I guess she was pregnant when this happened, like when he first initially got arrested. She was pregnant.
huh.
I don't even understand. Like, but to me, you got to be a goddamn fool to find out that this man was, first of all, artist, but he cheated on you. Gator posted the engagement on March 3rd, and a photo showed that she was pregnant. So, yeah, in March, I guess, of 2022, she posted that she was pregnant. So, I guess she did all of this. Now she's going to jail. What's going to happen to her baby?
Right.
Shoot. I mean, low key, this might be the best thing for the baby. Just
Oh,
so
you
they
Right. You're
can
right.
place
you
the
ain't
baby where they need to be. I guess this is a case where, hard wig, soft life is not true. I should have looked at how young this man was. It's giving hard wig, hard life.
How old is he?
he's 21.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And you know what's so
How old is she?
oh, hold on, let me see if they say how old she is. I think she might be the same age as him. Let me see if they say.
What a dummy.
It doesn't say how old she is. It just says his girlfriend, Lydia Gator. But it
What
doesn't-
I can't take is the fact that you over here fighting so hard that you jeopardizing your life and your baby's life to
Mhm.
get a judge knocked off. But he's supposed to be your man, not caring nothing about you, and he is with somebody else.
Mhm.
Violates the person, but didn't care enough about your relationship. Like if the person was even if it wasn't if the person was interested in him on that level, he literally would have been cheating on you.
Oh, she's 22, y'all. He's 21, she's 22.
And you going crazy over him. I can't take it.
But it just reminds me of how y'all act like crackheads over these niggas, and we keep telling y'all to stop doing that. Like, stop acting like a crackhead over these niggas. Like, I mean, Krishan is the perfect example of that. Like, y'all
Low
can
key, they tied together real nice. Like going from that story. Yeah,
Yes.
that's tragic.
So sad. Well,
Drugs. It's drugs
it
in
is.
my bill collectors.
So
And
now
this
she
is
facing
true.
attempted murder
It's the
charges. Is that
drugs.
right?
Yep.
What a dummy.
Yeah, so this is truly a blessing for the child.
Yeah,
Thank the Lord.
hopefully the child will get adopted by somebody that'll do better than her. Cause
I
The
pray
Lord
so.
works in mysterious ways, don't he?
I pray so.
All right, y'all. Well, we're gonna take a quick little break, and then we come back. We're gonna get into a tad bit of TV talk. Okay, so make sure y'all like the video. All right, y'all. So there's a new show on called The Never Ever Mets. They're on episode 2. Episode 3 comes out on Saturday, I believe. Saturday evening, Friday evening, Friday or Saturday, child. One of those. But y'all know weekends on, girl. Either way, this is a good one. But my God, if it is not problematic. So the biggest of this, first of all, the premise of it is these are all people that have been talking online towards one another, but have never met in person until they came on this show to be in one house together and see how their relationships will form in person, right? The main thing we had is this couple here. This was Dominique and Alexis. Dominique put his hands on Alexis after gaslighting her into the fight in the first place, right?
Yeah.
He kept saying that she was flirting with the other men in the house simply because she was having conversation. She seems like one of those kind of like goofy, funny kind of, people person. They like talking to people. Either way, he kept acting like she was doing something wrong. She apologized to him. He proceeds to say, well, when I see a girl with a big ass, I'm gonna let her know she got a big ass. She was like, I don't care. It's not like my ass not big. Like, I don't give a fuck. So he gets mad about this. They're going back and forth. He ends up like putting his arms around her. And at first it seemed like he might have been trying to hug her, but it was really him trying over her body to make her stop talking. I feel like people don't recognize that people do that. Men do that to you, or people period, but they will do stuff that doesn't seem violent, but it's to show you their physical strength in order to have some type of power over you in the moment. So that's what he did. He put his arms around her and she was laughing it off, but she was uncomfortable. And when
did you see he also put his hand up by her neck too?
Yes, he did.
At the same time.
Yeah.
When he was like hugging her, he was like
trying to pull her. Yes. Like trying to like, look at me, bitch, when I'm talking to you type of thing.
Yeah.
So, he eventually pushes her and she like, wow, you gonna push me? And then he jumps in her face and, like, and so she pushed him out of her face. And when she pushed him, he did the hit, like hurry up and hit her arm and then hit her in the throat. And so then she eventually, because the other guy in the room, this one right here, obviously felt like he wasn't going to be able to handle this one right here. So she picks up a pot. Okay. Now he did eventually push him out the room, but I'm like, yeah, you waited too long. Because as soon as
he escorted him out the room.
Like he escorted. It wasn't even really a push. And to me, I feel like, I don't know what kind of whack ass. I'm sorry. That's just some whack ass shit. I know that men don't want to put themselves in harm's way for women who will probably go back to abusive relationships. I get that. But I also feel like somebody needed to like control that nigga because he was doing way too much. So either way, they both end up being sent home. And the thing that made me mad about it was that when they sent them home, they made it seem like she was also being violent. So that's why she was being sent home versus y'all are here as a couple. So if one of y'all goes, both of y'all have to go. I didn't like that. And it reminds me of why I don't like OWN.
Yes. Two things I want to say. One, let me say this first. What kills me about a lot of these shows when y'all do send people home or whatever, y'all love using these folks as angles to draw in y'all audience. Y'all love to draw in the audience, use them for the trailers, do all this extra SHI, and then kick these folks off the show. And that's really your main draw in. You ain't got nothing else really going on for real, for real. I don't like that. But I mean, they were there for only each other because they've never met. I mean, I figured he was going to go home once he put his hands on her. So it would have been no choice but to send her home. The other thing that killed me was the fact that he was really so up in arms about her, quote unquote, flirting with the other cast members of the men in the house. But you also wasn't even that interested in her either. Didn't he say that in the first episode that he wasn't even really that attracted to her for real?
Her
For real.
body wasn't giving what he thought it was giving online. Mind you, she
Well, he said with a pot belly.
a pot
That nor-
belly and looking like he was bleaching his skin. Discoloration,
Yeah.
pale, acne face ass nigga. Child.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
what really broke me was when I seen her pick up that damn frying pan. When she picked up that pan, I was like, I think it just went way too far in general, but it went way too far for them to be recording and not doing nothing. Like nobody was stepping in to actually end it. I saw, and then whenever they panned out to the bird's eye view, you could see the cameraman turn and continue to film instead of thinking like, hey, this is truly a harmful event, like something bad could come of this. Yeah, I was disgusted with it. But let me ask y'all this. Low-key, I think she gonna get a man another chance.
Oh yeah, I think they already
Absolutely.
online. I think she already online with him making excuses for him and shit. If I'm correct, y'all let me
Absolutely.
know in the
And I
comments.
wish they didn't play that damn video for her. On irk the fuck out of me. When he put his hands on her, they should have never allowed him the opportunity to communicate with her over video to then evoke emotion and then make her want to go back to him. That was, I
Right.
mean, she was gonna do what she was gonna do regardless, but they was trying to film a show. I don't want to hear nothing from that man if he put his hands on her and then we got to sit there and watch it on TV. I don't even think we got no. If you or someone you know is going, I don't even think we got no screen
No,
like that.
and we really should have because to me, I don't care what nobody talking about. A man that will put his hands on a woman like that, period. But let alone in front of some fucking cameras, he will beat your ass in private.
I was gonna
Listen,
say
the
he'll
way
kill
he
a
pulled
woman.
his pants up, like when he grabbed her, when he first had her by the neck and then turned around and pushed her, and she was like, "Oh, you gonna push me?" And she kind of came towards him. He pulled up his pants like when dudes get ready to square
Yeah.
up with
Yeah, like
another
they
dude,
do
they
something.
pull up their
And he
pants. I'm
told, he
like,
said, I'll
yo, you
fuck
do
you
this all
up.
the time.
He
See,
said, I'll fuck you
he
up.
always harming women.
And I hate to I
You
hate to
do.
be like this, but how many times I gotta warn y'all about this specific shade of black man? How many times I gotta warn y'all?
Mm,
Now y'all see, it's not in every instance, but
it's
No,
not.
I get what you're saying though. I was watching,
It's not.
I cannot remember the guy. I need to come across him again, but he is on TikTok and I think he's a gay man. I may be making assumptions, but I'm pretty sure he is. He helps women date. And he basically categorized the men that you should stay away from. And it was funny because he mentioned light-skinned men being one of them. And he wasn't saying, of course, not all light-skinned
not
men,
all.
but
Uh-huh.
he was saying because of like the culture as black people and like obviously there's colorism going on, a
Mhm.
lot of times these light-skinned men can carry narcissism. They can be narcissists, and sometimes overly aggressive because they've always had to combat that, oh, you pretty. So I understand what you're I understand what you're saying, Bondy, for sure.
Mhm. I
But old
understand. I just
girl,
don't think it's to one. I don't think it's just
yeah.
one, you know. I be kind of tired of that little, when I'm thinking about Drake and Kendrick them and this whole light skin, this and that, that shit starting to get on my nerves with them. Like, oh, he acting light skin, he acting dark skin. All y'all niggas act the same way, high key. But I don't think it's like to one particular color.
Nah, it
They
just
all can be fools.
no, everybody
Oh, yeah,
can
for
be fooled,
sure.
but with the light skinned men, it ties, like she said, it ties
The
into them
likelihood.
feeling like they have to prove something because they've been taught that being lighter means they're weaker versus the dark skinned men that may
Mhm.
not have that same, thing growing up. Oh, so, and I'm just saying that as somebody that has grown up around a lot of them in New Orleans, like it's a
Mhm.
lot of them that have like a higher level of towards especially towards women. Like I'm just saying, like, and I've known some very chill ass light skinned dudes. Don't get me wrong, but I have met like a large number of light skinned men in New Orleans that are crazy as hell, y'all. Like you should run because they're gonna beat you, they're gonna cheat on you, and they think they're prettier than you. So it's a lot. It's a lot, and that's another thing. It's also I think like it's not just the skin tone. Sometimes it's like it's a culmination of things, but you add
Mhm.
that on top of it, and then it's
Mhm.
like, here we go with this. But yeah, he definitely reminds me of like men that I know from down here. And I saw somebody in the comments, I already know that they, oh, his childhood, girl. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a
Mm,
fuck about his childhood. I'm gonna just tell you the truth. The nigga, at the end of the day, go get you some fucking therapy.
mm.
Go get you some fucking therapy, because nobody cares about your sad story about your childhood. You too fucking old to feel like anything that happened when you was a child should mean that you should get hands and feet put on you.
He spoke on that in the second episode.
No, somebody said he was on the Little Black Book, and all of the niggas go on Little Black Book so that they can make us feel sorry for their bad
Mm,
behavior. And I'm just like, nah.
I
I
got
don't
you.
even care, because I already know you trying to Jeezy us, okay? Trying to come to
Okay.
us with your childhood trauma so that when we find out you whipping ass, we'll feel sorry for you. I think not.
Yikes.
I think not. So that's not the only thing. So besides their situation, another situation that took place the first episode was Chris and Sandia. So Chris love bomb Sandia, puts together the perfect date for her, and then later on tells all of the guys, because he is so in need of validation from other men, he tells them how much of a player he is and how he'll love bomb a woman and give her everything she wants for 3 days and then ghost her, because women always leave you for another man. Sandia is sitting there hearing this whole thing. The next episode, they have a conversation about it. He gaslights her the whole while, makes it seem as if she is trying to make him change who he is, and she doesn't know how to communicate. I don't think her first language is English, so I think she's having a hard time communicating what she actually has an issue with. But to me, when he said that shit about love bombing, that should have been your main issue. I don't know why you're ignoring that. Somehow they end up talking about him flirting with other women in the house, and I'm like, that's not even an issue. Then he says, I'm not even attracted to any of the women in this house. I'm like, first of all, you a motherfucking
Okay.
lie.
Mm.
You a lie. Men are men. There is no way you're not attracted to at least one or two other women in this house if you're attracted to Sandia. I can't believe that.
Low key, I can see how it wouldn't be.
Eh.
No shame. No shame.
Oh
This
shit.
one right here, I feel like
That's
she-
the only that no shade. But when I saw the show in general, like when I first started watching the show in general, I was wondering how much of it was real. And I was like, are these actors? But then I was just like, no, these people look too regular to not be actors. Like just the casting
yeah,
it's not a cast where it's like, okay, these are attractive people that I want to watch.
right.
Mhm.
These are real people that have actually been talking online.
And it's like, okay, these look like people who've been talking online for years.
Hell yeah, especially that older couple at the bottom, child. They had a Kama Sutra little thing this second episode, and the way that old nigga put that girl leg up. I was like,
Yeah.
yes, them two old people about the hunch, child. That's what I saw. So yeah, Chris and Sandia, I did not like their situation. I feel like he's playing with her for sure.
Didn't she say that he be doing like a lot of flirting? Like, don't they live in the same state too, and they're not that far from each other?
I
And she
don't
says that he
know.
likes to go hang out and party and see other girls, or not see other girls, but flirt with a lot of girls.
Yeah,
And I'm like, so he got time to hang out with all his friends, and y'all don't live that far from each other, and y'all have yet to meet. But he linking up
Which
with
couple you
everybody
talking about,
else,
Jamie?
Sandia and
because
Chris.
these two live in the same state too. These two right here, they've been talking.
Yes,
Sandia and Chris bottom left, right?
Yeah, Chris is
yeah.
bottom this on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought that they were the only ones until I got to Chris and Sandia, and I said, so wait, the top couple here, they're not the only ones. They live in the same state, so y'all live that close, same state, and he out there hanging with everybody else but you. Oh, okay, yeah, you in for a rude awakening. He finna wear you out.
He is. You could tell. They during the second episode when they had that Kama Sutra and they picked up they picked the position to, like, her sitting on top of him. The way he was looking up at her, I was like, he's looking up at her like, oh, I'm about to suck all of the life out of you. Like
Mm.
Yeah.
that's
And
the
then
look.
the same episode, he said that he was the type of person to go on a date 3 or 4 times and then go MIA on a girl. Like he's toxic as fuck.
Mm-hmm. And then okay, and we just gonna leave it at this one because the other couples they have their shit, but it has yet to actually blossom for us. But the other ones are the ones right next to Chris and Sandia, and that's Brandon and Sienna. So
Ooh,
I know people did not notice it because I feel like, yeah, it's Sienna with the hyper masculine New York crazy bitch shit. But
Mm-hmm.
he's passive aggressive, and I don't think anybody is picking up on
I
his
didn't.
aggressiveness. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, there were two moments when the shit that he said took her from okay, I'm trying to open up to I gotta close this shit down. Fuck this nigga. Okay, because like I feel like she don't have no in between. So the first time was when they did the position that they pick, he lays down and she sits on his penis area, right? And he was just like, I'm bored. I could just be changing the channel. And I'm like, let me tell you something. I don't care what the position is. If I sit my coochie on your dick, please don't ever tell me that you bored. So when he said that, I feel like that made her feel away. So now she is, kind of low key, like I felt the way. I'm gonna try to let it slide. They go have a conversation again about her coming to Florida, and now she didn't flip flopped on him. But I think she flip flopped on him because of what he said when they were doing the Kama Sutra thing. It made her feel away. Instead of saying it, she does the passive aggressive thing and says, well, I don't want to come to Florida. No, I'm not coming to Florida. Now you got to come to New York. Because I think she felt like it made her feel like he wasn't as into her. So now I need you to prove that you're as into me. So you got to come to me. So then he says, you're being inconsistent, which she is. And she says that, two or three other guys said the same thing to her. And he was like, okay, well, see, now you have me worried because you're being inconsistent. And then he says, and this is the other moment, he says, because you over talk me, and I just kind of feel like it stacks up. When he told her that she over talked him, it kind of felt like, where the fuck did that come from? Because I'm not over talking you. We literally having a back and forth conversation right now. So where did that come from? So I think in the moment we're talking about me being inconsistent in relationships, and you're acting like I've been over talking you. And it's probably a thing for her, like it is for me. So I think she was triggered when he said that. And then she turns around and calls him a bitch, because now it feels like you're just piling on. And I feel like she completely overreacted. She should have never called that man a bitch. And then she made it even worse when she went to the rest of the group and continued to try to berate him about his relationships. Oh, your marriage didn't work out. You got children by several different women. How you gonna call me inconsistent? It's like she's trying to do better, but as soon as she feels the slightest slight from him, she goes off the fucking deep end. She need therapy, and he needs to speak up for himself in a less passive aggressive manner.
I can see her wanting him to prove more. They've been talking for what, 12 years? Did he have a child on her?
No.
12 years is top left.
Yeah, that's them. They haven't had any issues.
Okay, that's who I'm thinking about this whole time. You're talking about the couple in the middle.
Yeah, down at the bottom
with
next
the
to
pink, purple.
Oh, okay. Go on.
Sandia at the bottom.
Okay.
So she called him a bitch, and it was so I thought he had done something like for that, and it really wasn't called for. But I still saw the moments but she's still more wrong than he is to me, simply because why would you call him out his name and continue to berate him in front of all of those people? If I was him, I would be like, yeah, we can't be together because you don't know how to handle conflict.
Low key was giving mental health. Is what I was thinking. Because when he said inconsistent, and then we saw like the snap, I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? She kind of reminded me of, you remember that season of Married at First Sight in Houston, and it was a light-skinned girl and the black dude, and then he ended up dating that Asian girl, Bay. Y'all don't remember that season?
Yeah,
the light-skinned girl was crazy.
Zach, wasn't it Zach, Bay or Bow or whatever, and
Bow, and then the girls, I forgot, Michaela,
that's it.
That's at First Sight. She's giving to me, where yes, the dude can do things to piss you off, to essentially make you crazy, but like your reaction is giving it was already in you. You was just waiting to turn up.
Yes, and I totally agree with that. So yeah, it just you're right. I looked it up and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, you remember her?
Yes, I do. That's exactly right. That bitch was crazy. Remember when she like hit her own leg and shit? I was like, damn, bitch, you hurt yourself. Like
that's crazy. I went Zach and Bow, are they still together?
No, I think they broke up right after the reunion.
Yeah, and then she went online, trying to do more, slanderish, unhinged shit, and then acting like she was cool, girl. All right, you're crazy. Get some help. And I don't mean that in a dismissive way, because people call me crazy too, and I don't really give a fuck. I honestly find it as a badge of honor. You goddamn right. After all these things, yes, I'm crazy. Okay, please understand. But yeah, y'all. So, and the only other thing that I want to mention right now is the fact that everybody thinks that Aaron, young Aaron, and what's the girl name? I forgot the girl.
Jody.
Jody.
Mm-hmm.
Young Aaron, and because the older guy's name is Aaron, so it's old Aaron and young Aaron. Young Aaron and Jody, girl, it's given. First of all, she's funny, like quirky personality, but when she's with everybody else, she seems cool as fuck. But when she's with him, it's like, why are you acting like you're not really into him? But everybody is like, they think he's, you know, you know. And
Well,
I don't know.
it's definitely heavy on that. This is the guy that was struggling to open up the corkscrew, right?
Girl,
Jamie, I need you to watch
open
the
up the
second
wine.
episode. Watch the second episode so you can see what they look like whenever they do this sexual position.
Girl, it
Because
reminds me of them pictures. You know how them pictures that people be taking where they try to be like goofy and nerdy? Like, the man will be like this on the girl back or some shit like that. Like, that's what it looked like. So she lays down flat. Yeah, I don't know why Indian people came up with some of these. Like, what were y'all going through? You know what I'm saying? Either way, the position is she's laying down on her stomach. He's sitting down on her butt like this, like with his legs extended over her. So his nether regions are like to her butt. Now, if you like, this is a good position, but not with the legs like this. Like, it's a good position when the dude is like on top of you, like, with his knees down, not with his knees up. Because with his knees up, it looked like I don't know what the fuck going. How long does his dick have to be in order for that?
I was thinking that for some of the positions, I was like, huh?
How is it gonna go in? And what
I'm over here trying to find it too.
Yeah.
But they said to him, what do you like about this position? He said, I mean, it's poking in them leggings. I mean, it's poking.
Her booty was poking. Her booty was poking.
Kind of like, I mean, it wasn't given like, it was given like something I would say to y'all, like, girl, your ass poking in them jeans. Girl, it's poking.
I cannot take
How does it work out for you, Eddie? How does it work out?
Well, Eddie said he ain't got it. Eddie said it's long.
Listen.
I caught that.
But not with the knees up, right? Not with the knees up, like with the
Listen,
knees
can I just share the screenshot? Can I just let me pause this? Please let me. I'm trying to get here we go. Boom. Girl, it's the facial expert. Can we just please? Let me share? Because we need to just see this because I can't take it. Where are we? Right here. You might have to.
There we go.
I just want to get it to
that part. He was sitting. What was it? Okay, this is what I'm confused about. Leaning up. He'd have to be leaning over her somewhat. Bondy, you muted.
I'm pausing it enough tonight.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. How would this position work with him being up like that? Because your dick go like this. Wouldn't that be moving your dick down in a weird position? Yeah, knees down. I feel like the knees got to be. He's doing it wrong.
Right, he's doing exactly.
Okay, show me the right way. Somebody pull up the right way to do this position. I need to
look at this is her face right here. She already know what the hell going on.
Did y'all peep? Okay, Bondy, did you peep how Aaron H was looking at him? No, Aaron H was laughing at him, and the other dude, the dude who the 12-year couple.
Yes,
that dude was laughing at him too. I think they all looking at him like, bro, like we know you don't like her.
Why y'all zooming in on Aaron's face like that though?
Oh, sorry.
I can't. I'm gonna stop screen. I don't want Linda.
Yeah. Also, I really need for Taronda to learn how to wear her hats like Aaron Senior, because Taronda hat was sitting on top of her wig, and I was just not happy with that. I was like, girl, take it off, put it down. It's just not on. It's not on. I feel like at any moment the wind gonna blow it off. Yeah. But yeah, that's the rider position. Is that what it's called? Let me look that up.
Now, for the people that don't have OWN or whatever, it looks like they got episodes 1 and 2 over on their YouTube channel. So y'all should be able to catch up over there.
Okay, hold up. Kama Sutra.
I'll be wondering if they do that when the ratings be low.
I wonder, possibly to get more people tuned into it.
Yeah, possibly. And it's a new show, so
it's refreshing for the most part.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm really trying to see because they said that, but that's not what came up. Anyway, let's go ahead and press on from the show. It's a good show, so y'all should check it out if y'all want to check it out. All right,
Love
y'all.
that. Uh-oh.
What happened?
No, I was just saying Love During Lockup is starting to be a good one too. They got a new season. So that's not a bad one. But we can move on.
I'm sorry, y'all. My dog is in here lighting my ass up.
No, I get it.
Where's my
He's
lighter?
still going. Lord have mercy. He's been going for about an hour.
My God, he gave me.
If my dog ain't doing that, he's snoring in the background.
Yeah, he was snoring. Now he up and fighting. Like, come on, bro. You're doing too much. All right, y'all. Let's go and get into it.
Complaining as a man. Because why are you complaining
Because
as a man?
why would you ever?
Why would you ever complain about anything?
Yeah, why would you ever voice your opinion about anything in the world?
You should let me be
As
the
a
one.
man, the world is perfect, and you have no right to say shit about nothing.
Oh, so it's like,
Especially if you were Erica Banks, everything's just right.
You ain't got nothing to complain about.
You can't say shit about a motherfucking thing.
It has to make sense if you do complain. But like,
Give me an example.
You can't, bro. You just don't.
I believe that.
Just don't.
Okay, all right.
Just don't complain.
I just want to make sure I ain't.
You shut the fuck up.
I just want to make sure I ain't
Life is
crazy,
better
bro.
when you with Erica Banks.
yes, it is.
Nothing can go wrong. Nothing.
You can't complain about shit.
Nothing.
What would you complain about?
She said it don't
what's
sound
the
right.
problem? Like,
So, in other words, you don't want a nigga to open up to you about that. Like, if something going on,
express your feelings, but don't complain. See, there's a difference.
So what's the difference?
Expressing your feelings is telling me how you feel. Complaining is like
Telling you how
nagging. Or like, complain, just don't fucking complain.
Okay, so I low-key understand what she's saying, and I'm gonna explain why.
I was thinking the same thing.
So I used to be with this nigga, right? Before I got married. And he would complain about his job every fucking day. And I told him, I said, in 6 months, if you have not done something, got another job, done something to remedy this situation, me and you gonna break up. Now, mind you, in that 6 months we broke up because he was a cheating ass nigga. But
Complaining
still,
and cheating.
yeah, I was ready to leave because I'm like, you can't keep like this is a drag to hear you complain about the same thing over and over again when it's something you can fix. And I know men that complain about shit that they could fix, but they don't want to fix it. They just want to be able to complain and bitch about it over and over and over and over again without actually fixing the issue, which is why it's so annoying to me when people act like women are the only ones that like to complain and don't want the problem actually fixed. Because I know so many men that would just keep complaining about their lives when it's something that they could fix, but they don't want to actually do what it takes to fix it. So I honestly agree with what she's saying, but she can never articulate herself right. Like, girl, go read some
Right. That be what it is sometimes. And he was trolling the fuck out of her as she was
He
talking.
was.
Yeah.
Carlo.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I think I understand where she's coming from. I just don't think she explained it right. Only because I am familiar with the woe is me type dude. It was very much given like when Martell said, "Oh, I would have been in the NFL if my grandma hadn't died." My hair would have been down my back if my mama didn't perm it when I was 2. Yeah, you know what I mean? I think that's where she coming from, where it's kind of like, don't talk about it, like just action on it. So I get it.
Yeah. Pretty simple. Definitely understand where she's coming from. Not much to that.
People was
Not much
upset.
to it.
Child. They was acting like they ain't
They
understand.
don't like her. They don't like her. I mean, but like, don't nobody, you ain't gonna want to deal with a person that's complaining all the time because that is giving nagging, especially if you're not trying to put action behind it. Like that shit gets old, that gets tiring. What are we doing? What direction are we going in? Especially if you're the person in a relationship and you're not the one doing a lot of complaining, but you're hearing more of the complaining. It's kind of like, why you can't be more like me? Like, okay, it's okay to talk about it. Like, I'm frustrated about this or whatever. But when you drag it out and you're not trying to change, or then you try to find something else to be the issue, sometimes the issue is your motherfucker.
Yeah, like what you
Okay,
gonna
and
do
everybody
about it?
not trying to hear that. So, correct. What's the next move? What we doing? So, honestly, I get it.
Girl, yeah, but y'all know how everybody gonna act like whenever men voice their emotions, y'all are always telling them not to. Child, shut the fuck up. Nobody said these niggas can't voice their emotions. Nigga, cry on my shoulder if you need to, but do something about it. All that whining for nothing. Anyway,
Can I say something else before we move on?
Mhm.
And I know we're not going to talk about this, but I'm just confusion. So when I hear Erica Banks talk about relationships, it made me think about chaotic. So I'm like, what the hell was going on in y'all relationship? So was it really chaotic? Like what was happening? Then I think about chaotic in his relationship with Scrappy because they the ones that really go together for real. That's probably why he was complaining with you. And I'm just like, why are y'all doing group interviews? Like they over there at Baller Alert. Did y'all see that? They over there at Baller Alert together.
They
And I
have a
think they're
show.
talking about the Keisha Cole thing. Oh, so now they got a show.
They have a dating show on one of them networks. And on top of the dating show, they also now have a podcast because I guess Scrappy got tired of commenting under all of the comments and decided to just get on the microphone. And
It's Scrappy and who?
Make money.
Yeah, Scrappy, Chaotic, and some other dudes who I don't know.
I can't even. I'm not even gonna be mad at that. I was just really questioning, like, y'all really be with each other like all the time? Like, where did this and why and how did this happen?
Because niggas love
But
each
now we
other.
see.
Y'all don't have to be accountable to each other. You don't have to take care of each other. Y'all can hang out. Y'all can fuck girls together. Y'all can get high together. Y'all party together, and y'all validate each other's bullshit. If I need somebody to tell me I'm right, even though I'm wrong, I know my homeboy gonna do that for me. And that's
Yeah, for
what
sure.
he's doing. And also
Yeah.
because I feel like a lot of the people in Scrappy's life are tired of him. So gotta hang out with somebody besides Erica.
And I wonder. I don't even be seeing that no more. So I'm like, oh, maybe they broke
had
up this time.
they had a helicopter date, I believe, like last week.
What?
Mm-hmm. A helicopter, girl. They was in a helicopter together. I said,
Bro,
not
not they trying to be Ashanti and Ellie.
girl.
I'm done.
I don't know what's going on, but it's not giving what it's supposed to give. I know that.
Hashtag love wins.
Listen, does it?
Oh gosh,
Oh, that
I
made me
hate
think of
those.
Portia and Mia.
Girl.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Us against the world.
Yeah, until it's him against your ass using the courts to whoop your ass since he can't do it himself. All right, y'all, let's move on. Girl, I'm tired of Zeus Network and all of like specifically tired of Zeus Network because y'all, I think that Jocelyn is a trash human being who should not be allowed to continue to be famous from being a trash human being. So I clocked out. But I know there are a lot of other people that are still there. So here we are. Let's roll a clip.
Then I had some steak. What's this? Sandwich. Why did you grab me my hand like that? I don't even know you. I don't know you either. Well, you can get your big fat ass out this motherfucking room, fat bitch. Bye, ho. Bye, ho. Bye, ho. Bye, ho. Bitch. I don't know you like that. What the fuck you got an attitude? I just said I don't know your bitch ass. The fuck out of here. Hey, get him out of here. Fuck you.
So Jocelyn is an arrogant, ignorant cunt, as far as I'm concerned. A see you next Tuesday ass bitch. And apparently, from that clip, she went in on Natalie. I'm not exactly sure what Natalie, like how we got there, but either way, she says this goofy Natalie don't even take care of her daughter. Known fact, her undercover husband is the babysitter and the mama. This nasty freak that was caught numerous of times freaking off her fam, Takashi. Then you have Scotty that goes around burning niggas. Please, me and my crew go on worldwide successful tour. Y'all eat each other shit on OnlyFans for a couple of dollars. Anyways, catch us on round 2 so you can see how I did Piggy with that shit on her head. Looks like Jacob took a shit on top of it. Okay. So I don't know what she's talking about, but I the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I was like, bitch, if anybody's old man is undercover, it's yours. Girl, I'm sorry, but if it's something I ain't ever seen when I look at Jocelyn's man, it look like a man that like to fuck other men.
Oh, wow.
Or at least like to let you fuck him. But I listen, whatever. That's your business. I don't really care. But I'm just tired of Jocelyn, y'all. And I'm tired of Zeus Network. I don't, I'm over it. And they always forcing it on us. But I don't like the way she handled the stylist. Like talking about, I don't know you. Would you put your hand on me? He was like, bitch, I don't know you either. And grabbed his stuff and left. And you gonna call this man a fat ass bitch and then wonder why he got an attitude. Bitch, fuck you.
Facts.
Yeah, Jocelyn, man, get the fuck. I can't deal. Get her off the screen. Listen, what is going on with these contracts? Hold on, give me a second.
I wonder.
No problem. I wonder what's going on with the contracts too, because I was hoping hers would have been burnt up, expired, and all of that, because she is annoying. And I just hate how a lot of people really do still give Jocelyn a pass to this day. She's talking about a fight that her and Natalie got into on their Bad versus Wild. It was going around a few months ago when they filmed it or whatever. And I guess Jocelyn was trying to say that she got the best of Natalie. And then some people were saying Natalie got the best of her. So it seems like they really just doing some promo for the show because it's about to come up. But Jocelyn is a bit, actually, I feel like Natalie and Jocelyn are probably on the same level of annoying at this point. And I am tired of Zeus. And I hate, but I'm also glad. I hate that Ray J is creating something similar to Zeus, but then I'm glad to stop talking about Zeus in a sense.
Yeah.
Now you got competition. So
Yeah.
I'm not really opposed to it, but I just hope that, Ray J don't be trying to get Jocelyn to come over to his stuff. Like, let's not and say that we did.
Girl, did you see him in the tub with the bubbles? I'm sorry. I have to pull that up.
No.
I have to pull that up now since we're talking about Ray J,
I
child.
saw the fake tattoos that I felt like were like he said they were permanent, but I think it's the movie type of tattoos they put on people. He be so
I'll
capping.
never get another movie deal. I'll never get another deal. Nigga, shut up. Look at this shit.
Adversities, man. I'm tired of you R&B lazy that don't know what y'all about to do with y'all life. Here's what y'all about to do. Y'all about to compete against me. I'm gonna compete against you. He's gonna talk shit. He's gonna compete. But he can't sing better than me. Nigga, no harmonies and shit. We all back home. All y'all is whack. Everybody and everybody that's ever sang that's done fell off. Don't talk about when I.
This is another situation where somebody's talking about themselves, okay? Because until my baby's born,
I watched that the other day and was hollering. Listen, y'all, Ray J is like that cousin or that brother that gets on your nerves, but you still like him. Like, his trolling isn't as bad. Like, it's kind of likable because he's a funny guy. But I hate how he always be talking like he drunk. Like,
he is drunk.
Always talk. Okay, maybe that's what it is. He always sounds like he got something going on. Like,
now somebody,
I ain't gonna say hi, but
definitely
some drunk something.
Listen, when I tell you I have the biggest love-hate relationship with this nigga because he's another than one of them male Capricorns. So like I can't stand him, but I also feel like he, like you said, the cousin that you can't stand, you can only take him in small doses. You know what I'm saying? But he's hilarious nonetheless. Like, why are you having a phone party by yourself?
That's why Prinky hasn't divorced him, because it's definitely given. She got a love-hate too. I can't stand this mother, but I love him at the same time. Like, he's funny, he's hilarious, he brings the bag in.
But she needs to let him go.
He's probably a good dad or whatever.
He's not.
You think so? You think she should let him go?
I think she should.
They opened the relationship up, so it seemed like she doing her thing too.
No, I thought she filed for divorce.
I don't know. Prinky has come to us, her and Ray J, multiple times. True. I need to see the actual documentation.
This is the first time we've seen her dating someone upon saying she's divorced, and then dating somebody that's famous. Like, that's different for her.
Now, who is she dating that's famous?
John Bodega. That's what they're saying.
Now, see, she dated somebody else before this John Bodega rumor came out. Now, this person, I don't know who it was. Let me see if I can pull it up, because I remember people talking about that. Like, they were linking her to somebody else.
Ray J's funny, not likable. Let me change that. Funny, not likable. Like, I enjoy making fun of him. Do I think he's actually likable? No. Do I think he's probably more likable in person when he meets people randomly? Yes. But when I see the shit he does online, and plus, I'll never get over him slut shaming Prinky and calling her a bad mother on television. Like that was like this nigga's terrible.
My other here it is. I'm about to send it to you. My other thing is this though. Why they keep trying to group John Boyega with people? Because John Boyega, they said was dating Maggie at one point. Remember?
Maggie?
Jessie Wu came when she was talking about her friend Maggie. The tea came out that Maggie that was dating Mano that was on Love and Hip Hop New York. She was dating John Boyega.
Oh.
Now y'all saying Princess is dating him, but before Princess, it was just somebody else that they were saying. So it's like, well, I know John's like, now see how I get in it.
Now how I get in it. Okay.
I sent it to the
Princess is not dating NYC entrepreneur, says source.
This is who they were saying that she was dating this person.
Paloma, hold up. Let me see. What's his name? Princess Love, New Boo. Well, by Bear the Prince. Okay. I'm glad she's not dating him because she don't need to be dating nobody like that. I think she needs to date like a white man. And then I'm not saying it, I just think they need to be outside of hip hop. They need to be outside of the black community.
The public eye
And the black community.
I would like for her to date somebody low key like a realtor, somebody with money.
Yeah, somebody with money.
But out the way.
Yes.
In the mix, or like a sports agent type thing, something like that. In the mix, but out the way.
Not even a sports agent, because he still got to go to parties with entertainers. She needs to like be able to be with somebody and got nothing to do with entertainment, because that's always gonna bring her back to Ray J. Like Ray J has so much pull and so much access.
So y'all couldn't see her dating like DJ Duffy's dude, because isn't he a sports agent?
Yeah,
he seems
somebody
out the
like
way.
that. He does.
He is out the way, but something tells me that Prink not gonna find out the way one. She not gonna find out the way one. She gonna find another Ray J.
I mean, I understand that because it went from what Floyd Mayweather,
like
then to like Ray J, and then okay. Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm saying like she needs to get somebody that's out of entertainment, because I feel like she always ends up circling the same type of men. Who, and then also I feel like she's at a different age in her life. Back when she was younger, it was, oh, I'm the pretty girl. But now you like a mom, and yeah, you still beautiful, but girl, you got, you poker champion and shit. Like you need to be talking to them niggas you be sitting at them tables with. Like that's what
I was thinking. Mm-hmm.
But not to say that Prink is the best or anything, but I just feel like we've kind of like watched her be emotionally abused in their relationship as long as they've been together, from pushing her in the pool to letting her catch that charge when they was down here in New Orleans, and him kicking out the windows in the police car and leaving her on the side of the goddamn road in Vegas when she was pregnant. Y'all remember that? Like it's been time after time with him like showcasing to be himself, only the father and family man in front of cameras, but not really that in real life. Because in real life, he's at the party. In real life, he's getting high with the strippers. And then after he was, I think he wants us to believe he's really diving off the deep end as a way to troll, but I think he is diving off the deep end. I'm like, nigga, you think you pretending, but who is this for? Like, who is this for, Ray J? Because we think you crazy either way, whether you pretending or not. Like, we still think something wrong with you, nigga. And the fact that your sister is always having to call you and reprimand you like you're not a grown-ass man.
Right.
And told me that, I was doing too much. That wasn't, I'm a father. And I'm like, I wish people remind these niggas they have kids, because he was sitting, even Kanye recently talking about his porn coming out. I'm like, now all that shit he talked about Kim for years. For years, it was Kim. She's not protecting our kids, and and we all knew that was bullshit. We all knew
Kanye said, what he got coming out?
Porn.
That's terrible.
Hold on, what
now
happened
he's trying to
Sunday
take her
service?
to court over his child, but you got to drop porn.
Exactly. That's what everybody said. What happened to Sunday service? Y'all, this is what he posted. But think about the way he be having that white girl walking around ass naked all the time. Like, to me, it's a form of provocative, like it's a kink. It's a kink.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how when you see people do some crazy shit, like a woman walking a man on a dog leash and they all in leather and shit out in public, like humiliation kink. It's something like that. And it's a kink. And he's acting it out in public. And he is a freaky ass nigga. Like, if anybody's ever really paid attention to Kanye is a freaky ass nigga. And I feel like a part of the freaky shit is the way he looks at the women he's with, making them like dolls.
You just reminded me of something, Bondy.
What?
Okay. I could be reaching because I do this sometimes. But y'all seen that picture of Kim this week? But
Yeah.
y'all seen this picture of Kim this week
with the hair
where she was looking
Yes.
just like Bianca. Part of me was like, did Kanye make you do this? Like, it was very much given. Kanye, to me, does things with the women that he dates, like you said, like dolls, and he gets off from that. So I was thinking, why the fuck would Kim come to the internet posting pictures dressed just like Bianca, haircut just like Bianca? Literally, they look the exact same. Did Kanye make you do this? Is he holding something over your head? Is it a scheme?
He might.
Terrible.
I don't know.
He is controlling though, and honestly, that's another thing. Like when people think that people, the paparazzi, nobody's ever just popping up on Kanye. Anytime they pop up on Kanye, Kanye called them. Please know that. So like all of that pump faking that he used to do, oh, I don't want this. I just want to be an artist. I don't want to be famous. And she's always, because I just remember during their marriage, he used to have all of them niggas dragging Kim for filth under the guise that she was bringing all of this unwanted public attention that he didn't want. When at the end of the day, you left two low-key, sort of relationships in order to chase somebody who was with somebody else because they were famous and you was in love and kind of obsessed with their persona. Like he was obsessed with that girl's persona, not who she really was. What's this you just said, Jamie?
Kim.
Okay, yeah, got you. Let's pull it on the screen so y'all can see. She look crazy. Okay, her look crazy. Her look malnutritioned and
literally looking just like his wife.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand the reason for this post. This is the only weird post like on her page.
Exactly. And then the next post, she posts looking like herself with blonde hair. So the next post was kind of like, guys, this isn't my permanent look. I'm back to looking like myself. So why did you post this? What he hold over your head?
It's definitely given he asked her to do it, and in order to give him his way, she did it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like right here, like it looked like I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna do it because he asking me to do it. Because this the next one is her with the blonde hair and the black brow.
And it's just a regular ass selfie. Like, hey, I'm here. I'm not looking like that last picture. Calm down.
Right. And then here we are, back modeling with the dark hair.
Okay. She's trying to give her best Caucasian in that face pic.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We back to our white side now. Now that we done using black people for clout, we're going back to our white side. Yeah, that's what they do, girl. That's what they do every single time. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on because we have to get into more problematic news. Where is it? Where is the nigga here?
Do you think we should give R. Kelly a second chance?
Everybody deserves a second chance. I know that Elvis, a lot of them for 14, 15. I know niggas with young girls, to keep it 100, right? I'm not into that. Again, the legal age is 16 years old. So does that make it right if it does it? Yes or no? To everybody on the table.
Absolutely
does that make it right?
No.
If it's legal, does it make it right if a dates a 16-year-old?
Makes it very wrong. I don't agree.
No, it's gross.
All right. So, but it's legal in America.
Right.
So why the is R. Kelly doing all this time? And because you know why? Because they're 14 and 2 years younger. But you don't think that the ones that you don't think that the people who cleared it for 16 years old didn't know that they're with 13 and 14s too. Right. Like even to make a age that young to be the law, you already know they're going under that.
Right.
I'm not condoning with little girls. It's sick.
Right.
All right. It's sick.
I agree.
But I don't think R. Kelly should rot in jail for 30 years either.
And I still be riding the R. Kelly. I don't like.
Listen,
I
man.
be playing my and people looking at me. I'm like, nah.
But what about R. Kelly getting arrested when he was a kid? They didn't take in consideration none of, and they exploited him and made all these documentaries that all these people made money off of.
Right.
Them parents and them girls knew what they were dealing with R. Kelly. A lot of people knew that. You know what I'm saying? But R. Kelly wasn't educated, man.
So we should let him out so that he can continue to victimize more young girls and lock them in basements and shit. Okay.
Please snatch his mic.
It was him, Your Honor.
It was, Your Honor. Right there, Your Honor. No neck, Your Honor. Right there,
Okay.
Your Honor. It's not hard to find him, sir.
Benzino,
That's why
it
your
was
daughter
him.
don't want shit to do with you. She put
Love
that
and Hip
post up
Hop,
too.
it was him. And
Mhm.
didn't his baby mama just go off on him about
She
something?
did.
Let me see. Hold up.
And
Benzino.
his daughter just made a post saying, "Please don't think of me when
Yeah.
you see him. Don't include me in his shit. I don't agree with nothing
Oh
he be saying."
Lord, I
And
am
can I also say
disgusted.
he's already had his second chance?
Thank you.
I'm so confused. He's already had his second chance,
Did they
baby.
forget about what was it? 0203 when the first tape came out?
Was
And
that
he got
03?
away with
He
that.
had. And
I
did you
thought that
hear
was
him
like
justifying the age?
yeah.
It must be something to the age if it's that young, and then turn around. I don't condone it, but it must be something.
He said, I don't like it. And then continue to fight for it.
Yes.
Oh,
And
you
that's
like
what-
it.
You like it because you're fighting for it. Why are you defending it? And why did he do what all of these niggas always do? Bring up somebody white. Bring up, the dudes who made that law. You know they doing it, and all the niggas in the background. Yeah. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, yes, men, period, like young women. Y'all are not gonna deflect and continue to act like what you're doing is not wrong because somebody white does it too. Can we do better?
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm tired. Here we go. Hold on. I'm about to pull it up here on the screen. What Althea said about this nigga since he got up here trying to defend. And to me, I'm like, why? He needs to be in jail because he cannot be trusted not to do this again. Why don't y'all understand that? He can't be trusted in society. That's why he needs to be in jail. Like, what's wrong with y'all? It is so weird to me. Anyway, she says, let's see, Benzino gets blasted by his baby mama, Althea. You don't get to tarnish someone's name for years. I get bullied, death threats because of the stuff you used to say. I bust my ass to provide for mine, left me guessing why, because I saw all the red flags, sleepless nights, stressed. Imagine not knowing if the man you was with is bi and got blamed for all his shortcomings in front of the world as if I was I don't know what that's for. Is I was the problem? Well, we now see who has a problem. It would crush you not knowing. Certain people need to learn to shut up when all they do is lie in front. You left your son. You do not pay for anything, nor see or call him, and he has his own phone. 2 times out the year, you arrange to see him. A egg post don't count to prove you're a good dad when the truth is you're not. She says, I choose to release all the pain. I'm no longer holding your secrets. Sleepless nights, develop PTSD, can't sleep, overwork just to protect someone who tried to destroy me every way they could. I was loyal for what? Girl, we kept trying to tell you when you was on all them reality shows. Nobody feels this pain but me and my kid wanting to speak to his dad, but he too busy living a lie and won't provide. How many more years we gonna keep hiding behind the cool word hip hop, talking about the same shit in hip hop just to be part of hip hop? Tell the truth. This ain't hip hop. You ain't hip hop. Dave was the source. Women front to hold an image while hurting inside. Don't nobody on this platform pay me, nor do I need to do interviews to stay relevant. A home for my family is goals. I could care less what someone thinks of me. The truth hurts, but somebody got to face it. I ran for my life and survived you. I'm sorry, and survived. You don't get to keep playing the victim. And he does that, I feel like. She said, yeah, you came out the closet in Carly Rae's pantyhose, high off coke, dressed in drag. Shut the fuck up, gay ass, fake thug. You fake ass gangster talking about yourself. Facts. Now, someone tell me I'm lying. I'm sick of this man, and you about to pay the price for hurting me. You undercover. Somebody said something and she replied, we already know. He ain't undercover. We already know what it is. This ain't about my career. This is about a monster who tried to fuck up my life, who is not there for their kid. Just be a dad is the only topic he need. You don't need to. He's unstable. He don't need to be a dad. I don't even need to read the rest of this because I want to say that. Why are y'all? And this is why I get aggravated with y'all. Why do y'all want so badly for men to be in their children's lives, when the men ain't shit? He's not offering anything to your child if he is unstable, a fake ass gangster, and is unclear on his sexuality. Because you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna project all of that onto your child. It is probably in your child's best interest that Benzino stay far, far away. And I know what you mean, not providing, not sending you no money. But guess what, bitch? Get over it. Get over it. Take care of your baby, or take his ass to child or to court, whatever the fuck you got to do. But please get it out your mind that man gonna do something for you or be there for you, because he ain't shit and he can't do it. He can't. All he can do is sit his no neck ass on the internet running his mouth because he can't deal with his own shit.
Yeah, go find the father that'll step up. Well, what them t-shirts be saying? I'm not the father who something. I'm the father that stepped up, and that would solve the issue.
Something. She been complaining about this nigga since she got with him, and it's like, but when are you gonna stop expecting anything from him? Like, I don't get it. Like, you're not gonna keep disappointing me. At some point, I don't give a fuck anymore. Is where I'm going with it.
Yeah, be like Sierra.
He does something.
Right.
Okay.
What is it like co-parenting?
Co-parenting. I don't know where future is. Okay.
Yes.
Come on, see.
Listen, tired of that shit. Okay. Child, I saw that offed his own son on the treadmill. I saw that, put that little boy on that treadmill trying to talk about he was overweight. That little boy looked skinny as I don't know what. I saw that.
I saw that.
Child, some of these people don't need to be parents. Y'all always let a father be a father. Bitch, half these niggas don't need to be nobody daddy. They ain't got nothing to give him.
His own kids. You see them online talking about how they don't want to have nothing to do with them.
And we see how he treated Coy. And every time y'all turn around, y'all trying to tell Coy she lying about something. Girl, what? Let's move on. All right, y'all. So speaking of people who, have diddled the kids, allegedly, Dan Schneider is suing the producers of Quiet on Set. Okay. Dan Schneider is suing for defamation, claiming that he has suffered from both financial losses and mental distress. He says the producers painted him as a pedophile, using editing and even excluding people that didn't add to the narrative of the show. Schneider admits that he did display bad behavior on Nickelodeon sets, but stands firmly behind the fact that he was unaware of the abuse that took place and spoke out against it once it was found out. I don't believe you at all, sir. And I'm going to tell you what I think. He feels that he was just thrown into the mix with the two sex offenders that were present on sets and convicted. In a statement to TMZ, Dan says recently the documentaries Quiet on Set highlighted mistakes I made and poor judgment I exhibited during my time at Nickelodeon, most of which happened decades ago during my early career as a producer. He really trying to lessen it. Working on shows for Talon Robbins Productions, there is no doubt that I was sometimes a bad leader. I am sincerely apologetic and regretful for that behavior, and I will continue to take accountability for it. They went beyond reporting the truth and falsely implied that I was involved in or facilitated horrific crimes for which actual child predators have been prosecuted and convicted. I have no objection to anyone highlighting my failures as a boss, but it is wrong to mislead millions of people to the false conclusion that I was in any way involved in heinous acts like those committed by child predators. And I'm just like, okay, I don't believe anything you're saying. And I'm going to tell you why I don't believe anything you're saying, Dan Schneider. Because the whole of Nickelodeon that was produced by you during that time had slime. And slime, I don't know if anybody is looking at it now, is cum shots on children's faces, but in green slime to make it fun, like it's kid-like. But it's meant to look like cum shots. Let's not forget the fact that you were the one holding the camera while Ariana Grande was pouring water all over herself on the bed as a teenage girl. So you
don't forget the hot tub shoot too. When he was in the hot tub with Amanda Bynes.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you can say whatever the fuck you want to say, and you can deny actually doing shit, but I believe you were creating content for pedophiles. I do. I think Nickelodeon was full of secretly produced content that was geared towards the nasty ass men that like little girls or little boys that would be watching. I don't know. I think the slime thing is a reach. You think so?
No, I don't know if they watched the documentary. If you watch, whatever. If you watch the series, Quiet on the Set, you'll see it's very clear that's what it was. But what I think happened, one of the things I thought was so interesting about this is usually people who are like masterminds and very sick and putting stuff in our faces like this think that they can never be caught. So one of the things I thought was super cocky was the fact that he was actually leaving commentary to the people who produced this show. It was multiple times throughout the series where they went to him for questioning and he actually gave them an answer. Typically you don't hear that. Typically the people who do shit wrong, they keep their mouth closed, but he's so full of himself that I think he actually thought, I'm so innocent, they can't prove anything, that I'm going to go ahead and comment on this. So I think what happened was he probably got in contact, or some people around him came to him and said, hey, this don't look right. You need to completely separate yourself. So now he's deciding to sue. But I truly think that he's so cocky that he didn't mind talking to the people while the show was being produced. And he also put out content, like Bondy said, for pedophiles.
Definitely.
Yeah, I agree. I think that first sit down he had was for him to change the narrative or whatever about himself, and seeing that nothing changed, he feels like this lawsuit is supposed to do something, and it's not, because I think Bondy labeled a lot of stuff of what happened where things were insinuated, and you created content likely for those individuals. Like, yeah, I don't see you winning this lawsuit at all. You're trying to protect your name, but it's not going to go nowhere. And then didn't he work closely with said man that violated the other dude?
Brian Peck, the one that was walking around with the big tub of pickles with it for everybody. Yeah, he did.
And then it was another one that was on set, right? That got access
The
to a
other
young
one
lady.
was so low down that maybe not, but I also don't think that it's a coincidence that that's the culture they created. You know, they will bring one into the door. How the fuck you get a job there? Y'all got all these pedophiles on set.
And let's not even talk about how Brian Peck only did a few months and then got out and went to Disney.
That's killing me softly to this day.
He's still not in jail and still has friends in Hollywood that vouch for him and all of this shit. And
Did you see old boy from Boy Who Meets World basically reneging on what he said?
Yeah,
feeling horrible.
A few of them did.
No, what y'all wrote specific statements saying that he was pushed to it. A lot of y'all. So give me a fucking break. Y'all knew what he was being accused of.
That reminds me of Ashton Kutcher and his wife writing statements to help that dude from that 70s show not too long ago.
Yeah.
What is going on?
That's because they know that this shit is going on in Hollywood. Also, a lot of people believe that people make them do these things, right? Like people like make it an initiation for them to do these things. And that's why they say they're pushed to it, because it's like, oh, you know, somebody that's bigger is telling you that you need to do this, or they're going to out you, or put, you know, whatever. But to me, at the end of the day, that's bullshit. If you out here assaulting children, it's because it's in you to assault children. And that's what you're going to do. And I firmly believe that Dan Schneider and a lot of them other people were creating content for the creeps who like little boys and the creeps who like little girls. Because if the people in Hollywood, Orlando Brown, crazy as fuck, but they talk about this shit all the time, that there is a clique of them that like young girls, and there's a clique of them that like young boys, and there's the clique that goes in between. But there is a network of them in Hollywood, and period. Because I feel like we all kind of make it seem like it's just the entertainment industry, and we know it's not. We know it's people in sports. We know it's people that are the lawyers, that are the agents, that are the owners of the, you know, the networks or whatever. Anybody that wants to be like that, there's a network, I feel like, all over the place for it. Down to your fucking neighborhood. So and then also when you think about, let's take it even further. So what we didn't peep from the Diddy situation is that a lot of famous women who are highly sought after are basically high price prostitutes, either because they want to be or they don't want to be. But because they are seen as celebrities, they can pay a lot to have these women tricked off to other men or other celebrities. So now think about how they do that with the kids that are on television.
I don't want to think.
You see what I'm saying? Like it just seems like an extension of, we're going to put these people in the entertainment industry. They're going to think they're getting on to do whatever their talent is, but essentially we'll be selling them to people.
I mean, all that talent stuff sometimes can be a pipeline for it, like pageantry.
Yes.
Pageantry to me is a huge one.
That's why I think about John Benet Ramsey. When you say that pageantry,
say that next.
That's who I think about. Like, wow, possibly could have, because they had a party that night, right? Before she passed.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's a lot. And then when you pay attention to
At least
how
he
many of these kids have issues when they grow up, you know, Amanda Bynes is one of them. I mean, are we even, you know, Justin Bieber, you know what I'm saying? Like, Justin Bieber was just online this weekend crying into a fucking camera, and niggas is in the comments making fun of him. And I'm like, y'all didn't see that?
Yeah, I saw it. And then didn't his wife post something after that, or
Yeah,
she
she tried
said,
to move. She was like, "Oh, he's such a pretty crier." Like,
yes.
ma'am, don't try to lighten it. That nigga is crying into a camera for a reason. Lindsay Lohan, all of them, really. Britney Spears
Justin
is
is
just losing her
depressed.
shit, huh? Justin is. Oh
Justin,
yeah,
he's depressed.
absolutely. And just think about what they say is going on with him. I mean, honestly, it sounds like Justin is another one of them that is paid to be sold off to
I
different
don't
people.
like that. Let me tell you
Justin
why I don't like.
who?
I don't like that thought.
Justin Bieber? Okay.
Let me tell you why I don't like that thought,
I mean,
and it makes me cringe because of didn't they say Usher is responsible for some of his success?
Yeah.
I cringe at that because
Dropped him
then
off at
the
Diddy's.
conversation will go from Usher's involvement in what could have happened.
I always hear that.
Okay, so then what the fuck was Usher doing in Dubai with Russell Simmons doing yoga and shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate to say it, but it all seems like you abuse him, he abused him, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we don't know this, y'all. Nobody wants to say that for a fact, but I feel like we could definitely see that the kids that have grown up in the industry have fucking issues.
Yeah.
And it ain't from nowhere, especially when you were dropped off at Diddy's house. Like, if you was dropped off at Diddy's house, we're worried about you, period.
You know what? Now that I think about it, is Bow Wow as problematic as he could be? He's not problematic at all. He's just annoying.
Yeah,
And he was
annoying.
a kid that grew up.
He was more problematic a few years ago. I think he's toned down since he had those. Remember, he was online acting a fucking fool almost every week, and JD and Brad and all of them was like, "Hey, nigga, stop!" And eventually he stopped. But he was having his, you know, lashing out moments too. He got some shit with him, but I don't think it was as bad because I think his mom was there, you know, and really kind of was, and then Snoop was his family as well, so he probably had a little bit more protection from certain things taking place, but he still turned out to be a little asshole.
Yeah, I would say that. That's fair.
He had little shoulders ass nigga. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on, you guys. So let's get into Amanda Seales, y'all, because they've been dragging Amanda for filth. Okay. And personally, I feel like I'm tired of arguing on her behalf on some slick shit, but because I feel like I understand why she did. I feel like I understand why the interview went the way it did. I feel like I understand why she did not say that she had self-diagnosed, because he was already trying to undermine her throughout the interview. He tried to undermine. So because your brain works differently than mine, that means you're autistic. Nigga, are we really having this conversation? Like, I mean, are they really racist? Or, you know, is that just our kids? Or are they really racist? Or was that just because that was a teacher and it was an adult? Like, he tried to undermine everything she said. And I do understand people's point of view. But when people say shit like, oh, Amanda's always the victim, and I'm like, but in what scenario have we been presented with where you can't understand her side of it? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I felt like I understood both sides of it too. I have a friend and it's very clear to me that she is somewhere on the spectrum. Very, very clear. And she reminds me so much of Amanda. I understand where Amanda's coming from, but I also understand how people be annoyed with her. What I did not like though was Shannon in the way that he came into this interview. For me, it kind of felt like somebody on his team. I don't know if Uncle Sharp is, you know, familiar, but I'm thinking somebody gave him the rundown and was like, people can't stand Amanda because of this. So when he got the rundown, he came on the show trying to dispute everything she was saying. Because at the beginning of this interview, I was like, okay, you know, I like this side of Amanda. I can understand where she's coming from. Okay, I can see that. Probably like the first Probably the first 45 minutes to an hour, for real. So he just sounded so dumb, caping for the white people who clearly did things wrong to her when she was a kid. Like, obviously, she's speaking from her point of view, right? On the flip side, I could see where she also doesn't understand that she's wrong. Wrong in a way, meaning she makes people uncomfortable.
Mhm.
So I think for the whole interview, it was very much, I was right. I was right. I was right. I was right. And because she might be on that spectrum of, and that's a whole nother thing we have to discuss, because is she on the spectrum or is she not? Because that came out after the interview. Because she says she is, she may not be able to comprehend, like, she don't have regular social cues. She don't just follow the status quo. And that's what it is.
I definitely feel how Necey felt. I felt both ways. I definitely felt both ways. I think Shannon definitely irritated me the most with the racism conversation, because she's telling you her experience. Like, that was just very frustrating. When it came down to the whole autism questioning and stuff like that, I felt like he asked her that before he really got into the racism. So I didn't think that he was interrogating her or trying to make her feel a certain way. I feel like he was just asking her questions. Like, she said something in her interview where she was like, he asked questions that no normal journalist or whoever would ever ask. Number one, y'all need to decide, y'all want him to be a journalist or y'all don't want him to be a journalist. The other thing is, Gail King and others definitely would have asked you the exact question about, have you been clinically diagnosed? Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't think that, like, when she said in her interview, like, he asked stuff that nobody else would ever ask, and I'm like, no, that's not true, Amanda, you know that. Yeah, but I felt like, I feel like both of y'all, like, I like Amanda. I do feel like some stuff, you like what you asked the question about, when has she told us something where we
You
didn't
couldn't see her
understand,
point of view. Like,
right?
when you
And
feel
that was
like,
the thing. Like, I saw her point of view, so that's why I was like, I can't say that she's 100% wrong, because I could see her point of view in that. I think where she really messed up and slipped up was the autism conversation. Now, when it comes to her being self-diagnosed, that was where I felt conflicted as well, because if you're saying that you can look on, the websites or whatever and identify whether or not you have autism or whatever, you can self-diagnose yourself, if that's even possible. I'm not familiar, but what I will say is I look at it like postpartum depression, because a lot of times women self-diagnose themselves with depression once they look at the symptoms, because those are going to be some of the same symptoms that your doctor may ask you if you have, or whatever the case
I
is. And then,
self-diagnosed myself with anxiety.
right.
Like, I had to go to a doctor to get the prescription to get the medication for it, but I knew I had anxiety once I read off the list of what are the symptoms of anxiety, and I had almost
Right.
all of them. So, and I also feel like, here's the thing. Everybody wants to say, oh, she should get diagnosed. We shouldn't trust what she's saying if she doesn't get diagnosed. But these are the same people that didn't want to go get the vaccine because you felt like it may not necessarily be right, and you don't always trust doctors. So it's
That's
like,
true, but I do feel like that is a bit different though. Like, that's like you inserting something in your body versus like an actual diagnosis. You see, like, I just feel like
it's this
that's a
trusting the
bit
knowledge thing
different.
is the point. You
Mhm.
when are you, either we're always going to trust what doctors say, or it's okay for somebody to be like, I don't need a doctor to tell me this. I can figure it out for myself. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Right.
people do, and it is so loud from Black people right now that, oh, she didn't get diagnosed, but it was so loud when it came time to COVID and vaccines, and y'all not trusting doctors then. And so it's just kind of like, it does seem funny to me.
I
It's the
think I
same.
heard her mention that talking point, and I'll be
She
honest, I
did.
think Amanda saw that online and she decided to add that into a part of her debate or her response, her rebuttal to what people were saying. I don't think it was like truly valid in how she felt. But I will say this. I don't deal with autism on a regular basis, so it's easier for me on the outside looking in to compare it to like depression and stuff. For a person that has to dabble with that on a daily basis with their family members themselves and doctors that actually diagnose individuals of such, I feel like if they are requiring, in my opinion, for you to be mindful of how you go about using that, I can't fault them for that. don't go around and give yourself a label, because she did say that she was clinically diagnosed. So it's like, don't
No,
go
she
around and
didn't.
give yourself that label.
Well,
He didn't
didn't
say
he?
that.
He said, "When did
He
you
asked
find
her that,
out?"
and
No,
And she
no.
said,
It was specifically, she said, there have been diagnoses. She answered it in a specific way. People didn't catch it.
the
But
way
the
I
way
remember
I caught it
was
when she
him
did it.
saying, "When did you get diagnosed?" And she said, "At such and such years old," like basically
yeah,
yesterday.
like
No, he said no.
she
So
did.
no,
She
he said,
answered that like she
did
did.
you get a diet? She was like, so he was like, I'm trying to understand, was there a clinical? He said, was there a clinical diagnosis? She was like, yes, there are clinical diagnoses once you look at the test. Da, 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 da. But she didn't say she had been clinically diagnosed. She said there are clinical diagnoses for autism, meaning she generalized it. But the reason why I feel like she did that is because when she originally said it, he was like, so how do you, I mean, can you be brilliant and also not be like, can you be brilliant and not be autistic? It's like when she was talking about questions that nobody would ask, that was one of those questions. Like, of course somebody can be brilliant and not be autistic.
That was a stupid
Yeah,
ass
he was
question.
trying to prove a
That was dumb
point.
as hell.
That
So
was dumb. Yes.
was
I was like, what?
You know, it's like, so what you saying, your brain worked differently than my brain. So if your brain worked differently than my brain, that means you autistic. He had already tried, I feel
That
like,
was
to
dumb.
dismantle what she was saying. So by
He
the
was already
time she comes to
positioned.
the point of knowing that you're not going to respect me telling you that I'm self-diagnosed, so I'm not even going to give that to you.
And
I think
unfortunately for Amanda, this is going to be something that she's going to be facing for a long time, because I feel like her reputation precedes her in a negative way. So because of that, people are already on the fence about how they go about handling her. You know what I'm saying? They're already expected for some type of comeback or for her to be some type of problem. But let me also say this too, which I don't feel like necessarily helps her case. I don't know if she asked to be on the show. She went on the show, whatever, sat down, did the interview. It was very rough for her because I was cringing for at least 30 minutes watching her. She got comfortable, you know, as it went on, asked for a hug. I think the issue became when she got online, and just one of the issues for me that I saw with her and him. And she said that he interrogated her and just different wordplay that she used, making it seem like he was more of the problem than she was. And then when she did the video and doubled down and said, he asked me questions that nobody would ever ask, and this, that, and the other. And it's like, I feel like this is where you can kind of affect your relationships at times in the
with people.
industry. Yeah, when you do stuff like that, because then it's like, I won't ever fuck with her again. Like, I gave you the opportunity to come on my show, whatever, and then now you're trying to paint it out like I'm the bad guy. Like, yeah, I was wrong for how I came at you with the racism thing. My bad. I was out of line with that. I
she
didn't
also
read
said
the
her
room.
mom was white
But the
after
rest
she
of it,
after
now, that was dumb as hell. When she
like,
speaking in
so
her
your
mama
mom was black?
language, I
But
said,
did y'all cringe at the
no,
end whenever she said you should come on my podcast, and Shannon very much played her to the left? I
No, I
can see
missed
if my
that
people
part.
can get in contact with your people. Y'all. Oh, at the end. So that's the other thing. To Jamie's point, you like ended the interview. You got comfortable, ended the interview in a good spot. Saw the reactions from the internet, and then all of a sudden now it's like, you know, I can't really fuck with Shannon. But in that moment, it was fine. So at the end of the interview, she ended up asking him, you know, I need you to come on my podcast. I would love for you to come on. He very dryly said, I have to see. You can get in contact with my people, is what he told her.
Amanda needs to stop trying to find community with people that are, I feel like, hell bent on misunderstanding her. Because regardless to what anybody says, I feel like he was hell bent on misunderstanding her a lot throughout that interview. I mean, even because to me, if you had paid attention the whole time she was talking about her mom, every time she said something, her mom would say she spoke in an accent, in a Caribbean accent. So why the fuck did you
Why do
say
you
her
think she was
mama was
white?
white? And then say, oh, so your dad's white. No, my aunt married a white man. That was what she said. You're not even listening to me.
It
And
was
you
very clear
like
that he's using Chat GPT to come up
Good
with
night.
these people's descriptions. Because whenever he invite people on, he come up with these long ass elaborate descriptions.
as if he wrote that himself.
Yet you don't know that the mama, that the lady is fully black.
And that's another thing. Like,
that was so.
It was a lot of shit.
Then
that
thought the stepdaddy was her daddy or something like that. The white man. I said,
he was her uncle. Like, it was a step uncle. Like, that's not my daddy. My daddy a black man from Baltimore or some shit like that. So no, I definitely feel like her assessment of him interrogating her was true, because I feel like he kept trying to dispel all of her experiences. And it's like, Why are you trying to play devil's advocate of my experiences, nigga? You was not there. I also was aggravated personally as like the girl that went to school with all white teachers. Y'all, they really don't like the smart black kids. I can't tell you enough. The white kids can correct them, and they will not have the same energy that they have towards the black kid that corrects them. So I've been called a nigga by white kids before. Like I went to schools that was predominantly white. So when she was speaking of her experience, I was like, I understand that because I also went through that. So to me, to have this country bumpkin ass nigga dispel what she's talking about when you just got basically called a boy by Skip Bayless or whatever the fuck his name is, like you're kind. And the thing that annoyed me though is after the fact, when he was talking to Ocho and them, that's when he was like, "Oh, we've all experienced this," and I'm like, "So why couldn't you have that energy in the interview?" It's like when he was talking to the men. Now I can admit that we all deal with these instances of racism. So why
it's
would
because he got the roundup. I think this is a situation of two things can be true. I think in that moment they handled each other how they naturally would. They seen the comments from the internet. They hopped on the internet and allowed that to influence their reactions after the fact. I think Shannon saw how dumb he sounded. Like, okay, I get that. That's true. So let me say, I understand where I'm coming from. As old as he is, he know good and fucking well that he had to have experienced some racism. So for him to try to invalidate her was just crazy as fuck. But Issa, I wanted to talk to y'all about that part. Amanda's comments on Issa though, I believe her.
Listen, I believe it.
I believe her. I like Issa.
Me too.
And I don't think that Issa is a bad person.
Nope.
But I also think that Issa feels that Amanda is so problematic that there may be conversation about her when Amanda's not around. And Issa kind of like, yeah, I feel you. So she's not going to align herself with Amanda, which is why she was getting kicked out of that party.
But when you think about it, Issa is in control of the show. That's your publicist. And you kind of allow for this shit to happen with the people, you know what I'm saying? That's on your set, on your show. And then when she said, and Issa's not going to respond, and Issa shouldn't respond, just, let it die off. But when Amanda said that Issa told her, I guess I was thinking about you as your character, I was like, bitch, not the character that you wrote.
Oh, I don't remember that part.
Yeah, she
I don't remember the character.
Yeah, she said, she was very bougie. Like, she was very like, oh my God, like bougie light-skinned girl. And when you think about it, y'all, it makes sense for Issa to low-key adopt that character to Amanda as a dark-skinned black woman. She probably did think that Amanda was gonna have that I'm better than everybody light-skinned woman approach. And she does think she's better than everybody, but
I was about to say
it comes from her intelligence, not from being classist or bougie. It comes from I'm smarter than you, nigga. Shut the fuck up. But not from a, oh my God, like not the Tiffany role that Issa wrote for her. But I was like, bitch, how the fuck you gonna think I'm a character that you wrote me to play?
Her talking about that character let me know that Amanda, which I think she may often do, you put too much expectation or something on Issa because she was your boss or whatever, because that really confirmed to me that y'all don't have that type of relationship for her to sit up and protect you or whatever. It's like, yeah, you just like an employee. Y'all haven't hung out outside of this to really get to know each other more in depth, So I think
with each other before, though.
You attached to her.
When did they work with each other?
On YouTube. I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, I saw her show was.
Oh yeah, that show.
Yeah. So I feel like it's definitely one of those situations,
a work relationship.
Yeah, and somebody that really wanted to create that, that genuine connection, but might be a tad bit standoffish. And if other people already have a, light-skinned girls kind of, they may not want to see her with the compassion that she would like for them to see her with. And I think a lot of people feel like that about Amanda. But my thing about Amanda is I feel like people hate Amanda like she actually did something to somebody. Like the way people be talking, she always the victim. And I'm like, well, what has actually taken place for us to be like, Amanda was really
They
wrong.
can't take her
I think it's more
outspokenness and her
yeah.
standing on her fucking business and what she said. That's really what it is. She doubled down on what she says. I want to say
Yeah.
this too. Two things I want to say. One thing was about her kind of blaming Shannon for baiting her into saying something about the autism comment or whatever like that. It seemed like to me she was kind of trying to blame him for the backlash, and I will say I don't think that's fair to blame him for the backlash of how people feel about you responding to the autism conversation, because the people picked and choose, which is unfortunate because she spent 3 hours talking and y'all pulled out small parts, you know what I'm saying? So that's just how they typically do on interviews. So I didn't think that was fair, but I feel like this interview was not justice for Amanda. I don't think it did her justice, and the reason why is because often she shows up in these spaces is misunderstood, and people create a lot of these different articles and stuff. But I feel like we should have started from a long time ago to get to where we are here. I know we talked about her college and stuff, but when she opened up and said that she had rage as a child, I wanted to know more about, like, let me know more about what your childhood and stuff was like. You know what I'm saying?
They should have cut the interview in half, and I think it would have done her justice. If they would have done the interview no longer than an hour, I think it would have done her justice. The longer you heard her talk, I was like, oh Lord, this.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me read this to y'all.
It was a little hard.
So they keep mentioning this, and I didn't know anything about it. So let me read this. Can y'all hear me? Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because they keep talking about this Samira Rice shit. So let's talk about it. Okay, so Amanda Seales was issued a few reads on Twitter after she interjected herself into Samira Rice and Sean King's feud. King became a trending topic this week. This was in 2021 after he was called out by Tamira Rice's mom on Instagram. In a lengthy statement shared online, Samira accused Sean of being a white man trying to be black and profiting off of her son's death without approval. While Sean has remained silent on Samira's shade, one person who came to his defense was none other than outspoken actress comedian Amanda Seales. After the story was reported on the Shade Room Thursday, she hopped into the comments offering her 2 cents on the matter. It's no secret that I have side-eyed Sean King. However, bigger picture, nobody finds it somewhat odd that she's just out the blue going out of her way and being given every platform with no receipt shown to call out one by one Black activist organizers that have been the visible faces of the movement. Just food for thought, she wrote. So, okay, but not everyone. If that's all she wrote, I'm really needing y'all to calm down. But hold up. But not everyone was on the same side of the fence as Amanda was on this sensitive topic, considering that Samira Rice has been speaking out against popular activists only as it relates to the tragic death of her 12-year-old son. Many found Amanda's stance to be insensitive to Samira's ongoing fight for justice for Tamir. Were you planning to ask Sean King and these other activists to provide receipts showing the donations went to the right recipient since you care so much about receipts? One Twitter user said while tagging Amanda to screenshots of her controversial comment. Amanda Seales, I read that, whatever. That woman has every right to speak on anything anyone using her son's name does, and she doesn't need receipts, added someone else. That's her child. She didn't ask anyone to make him the face of a movement or act on his behalf. What the fuck is wrong with Amanda Seales? Okay, so I really feel like y'all are over exaggerating because the way y'all acting like she went off on this lady. Hold up.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what else did she say?
I'm looking at some tweets. Okay, she said, it's no secret. No, this is all she said. It's no secret that I have side-eyed Sean King. However, bigger picture, nobody finds it somewhat odd that she's just out the blue, going out of her way and being given every platform. I just read that. That's it? That was all?
Yeah. I mean, I will say this. I don't think that's enough to warrant a war. Because I think it was so small.
That's very small.
You muted.
Okay, I was saying usually I feel like she get the most smoke from whenever she go live on her stories.
Okay.
So I'm like, is it something paired with this that we're missing? Because that's usually where she have all the smoke.
And this is what somebody said, and that's what I thought. What I took from it was the media was using Tamira Rice's mom to make the movement look bad, to make Black Lives Matter look bad. And I can see that. I can see her pointing that, like they're all giving her a platform with receipts because everybody wants to make Black Lives Matter look bad. And we all know that they went through, and then the lady who was in charge using the money. Listen, I understand everybody's point of view. I understand what that lady went through and all of that, but Amanda's tweet was not that fucking serious. I'm sorry. It just wasn't.
It wasn't that serious to warrant a war, but at the end of the day, I will say, if that lady wants to question people about her child and them using his face for monetary gain in whatever fashion, and she didn't receive it, that lady has every right to say what the fuck she wants to say.
Yes, absolutely.
And I just don't think that, I think that's the last part of what Amanda said probably warranted a lot of people coming at her. I don't think it should have been a riot. You know what I'm saying? About, oh, Amanda, and she shouldn't have been splattered all over these blogs about what she said. But I do understand a bit of pushback, because who are you? And you know, I don't want to say that you're a person without it. I'm not even gonna say that. I'll just say, for a person that lost their child, she has a right to question it.
Absolutely.
And y'all making money off her child's name. I just don't think that was right to be like, you don't find it weird that she's coming after the activists? Why shouldn't she? Why shouldn't she? You often sit on your platform, Amanda, and and try to hold people accountable. What's wrong with this lady to doing the same?
I'm sorry, but I keep seeing them say Sean King is white. I'm like, yeah, we know Sean King is white. What does that have to do with what we're talking about? Y'all keep saying it like that's supposed to mean something.
I thought he was white, looking black.
But did he ever admit
But he
to it? I
advocated
can't
for the
remember.
blacks, so I don't really be.
He does. He didn't have to.
Rachel Dolezal.
It's probably. I don't fuck with.
I'm just thinking.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not in it like that. I do, I feel like there's some fugaziness with everybody, but I also feel like we can say, Amanda, that was insensitive, but then again, that would lead to her not understanding social cues and lend to the idea that she probably is on the fucking spectrum. But outside of that, I do. Sure. I really do. That's why I'm like, why are we arguing about this when it's obvious? Like, come on. But anyway, I still feel like
I think people still lack a full understanding of autism. And I think that might have something to do with it. And if she was more so clinically diagnosed, that would probably make them feel
better. But who the fuck cares how y'all feel about what's going on with her?
What she's going on.
You know what I'm saying? Just like who the fuck cares how Amanda felt about with Tamir Wright's mama, you know what I'm saying? But that was her opinion, and everybody has opinions. So to be clear, y'all get online and say fucked up shit about people all day, every day. So it's a lot of grandstanding going on. But I can understand if that turns you off to Amanda and you don't like Amanda because of that, I totally understand. That's your choice. That was in bad taste. I got y'all on that. But again, these are the same people that go around liking the Trick Daddies and the Ray J's of the fucking world too. So it's like, give me a break, y'all. Like, because people kept mentioning it like she went in on this lady. And I'm like, she didn't really go in on her. Y'all are over exaggerating what happened because it was in bad taste. It was in bad taste. We'll say that. He not white. He look white. He white to me.
Oh, he not. Embarrassing.
You're white presenting, my nigga. Like, you're white presenting. But either way, y'all, Amanda is definitely one of those people that, like a lot of other people, they do not say the right shit every time they say some shit, y'all. But I don't think that makes Amanda like a terrible person the way I think people try to make her seem. And I think she's a bitch sometimes, but I think everybody can be a bitch sometimes. Like,
I don't know. Is that a bitch when you just like, I feel like she may be a bit direct. I'm honest. I guess that is a bitch to some people.
Yeah.
What I think it is she is a complaining ass figure or negative ass figure. And that's why people are irritated with her. I think every time Amanda Seales pops up, she's saying something that's polarizing and it's very much like, oh my gosh, here she go. And the blogs know that they irritate the fuck out of people. So as long as she continues to share her polarizing opinions, that's who she's going to be, viewed as. And that's what she gets the most buzz out of. So
that's what the blogs get the most buzz out of, because now that's the only reason why they're going to post her on their page. Whenever she's doing anything to make her look good,
I don't agree with this at all. She oversimplified autism. How? This is what I be talking about, why I feel like y'all just be out here like, y'all just want to dislike the lady, so we just gonna this and that. And I did talk to Chris. I did talk to Chris about him working with her. And a lot of what he said is the same shit that we saying. She does not, she's very direct, very blunt, doesn't have good social cues, and there are probably some people that felt like she didn't support them, that she wasn't as supportive to them, and she wanted Issa to be to her. So that's why I said, I still like Issa, regardless to what she said. I still like Issa, but I believe it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of feel like, people really drag women for shit that's not that deep, and niggas be out here, assaulting people, and y'all be like, we all make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? We all make mistakes. And I just kind of feel like, we should be forgiving and give people second chances like Benzino and shit. But anyway, y'all, lastly, let's go ahead and get into the Kendrick, Lamar, and Drake of it all. Okay, so y'all know they came out with diss tracks to each other. I don't even remember what Drake said, but I know Kendrick went completely in on Drake. I hate your black gums. I hate your biracial face.
I hate when you say the word nigga.
Listen, we don't want to hear you say nigga no more.
10 things I hate about you.
Listen, I think the fact that Drake did not recognize that was a reference to DMX and not a reference to 10 Things I Hate About You just showcases how much of a white boy he is. And even though this is the argument that I've been hearing a lot, and I'm about to hold up. I thought I had pulled in. Oh, y'all work on my nerves. Y'all really work on my nerves. Y'all really think I'm being, you don't think I'm being fair because I like Amanda? Girl, okay. I don't care. I don't care. Fine. I'm not being fair, girl. Call it what you want to call it. I don't know how I'm not being fair, but okay.
Can I say that I do think Drake did catch him trying to talk about the DMX thing? I think he was just mocking how he sounded by saying the things he hated.
Okay.
In addition to that, DMX and Drake at some point did have a conversation after DMX said all those things that he hated about Drake, and they came to an understanding before his death, and they smoothed everything over and they were cool with each other. So I feel like Drake was trolling.
Drake is definitely trolling, but I still feel like DMX still ain't like that nigga. We cool, yeah, we cool, but I still don't like that nigga. But I'm gonna tell you what it is though. This was the main argument. The main argument was like, how can Kendrick clown Drake for his light-skinned ways, and then y'all go and have children with racially ambiguous black and or non-black women and create these same light-skinned kids? And I get that. I do understand hypocrisy in that, and I even agree with the shit. But at the same time, I feel like when we talking about Drake, we talking about the fact that Drake pump fakes and acts like he's more part of the black community than he really is. Literally, yes, cosplay, fake ass accents, posted in another nigga hood like a bad bitch. Do you hear me? The braids, the tattoos, all of that shit. He's fake as fuck. Not fake ass Ja Rule. Thank you, Scotty. I saw you gave me a super chat. Hey,
Scotty.
What's up, Scotty?
Yeah, we had a good time this weekend.
Kendrick's is this Kendrick's wife, mother, his children?
Yes, his baby
she
mom.
doesn't look racially ambiguous to me.
Well,
I think people are just trying to prove a point. She looks black.
She is black. She's light skinned. I think she has a black parent and a biracial parent. She's not biracial. She's just a light skinned black woman.
People irritating as hell. Like,
can I also say this? I feel like if there were any male rappers out there that tried to highlight the fact that he's married to a racially ambiguous light-skinned woman, whatever, I feel like y'all brought that up to uphold y'all pretty boy ass light-skinned fave, which is Drake. That's the only reason why y'all brought that up, to try and knock a notch off of Kendrick. But make no mistakes, Kendrick dragged the fuck out of Drake for sure. He ate him up.
Got dragged. That song went hard. Euphoria gonna play in my Jeep, girl. Okay. And honestly, I'm tired of Drake because I feel like, first of all, I've been paying attention to Drake with the young ass girls. And I just feel like he a bitch ass nigga. I feel like if you pay attention to how he got into music. So first of all, Cash Money shit aside, his music was geared towards women. You get the women in with that lover boy shit, and then all of a sudden you turn into a toxic Future S type nigga, and now your music is kind of angry and fucked up towards women. And so I just kind of feel like he's problematic within himself. I feel like he does a lot of perpetrating in the black community, and I don't like it. And I don't think he's actually for the community he pretends to be a part of. So at the end of the day, I feel like Kendrick still speaks from an honest place to me. His rap, his musical influence is really about bettering the art. Like not just rapping, but rapping when I have something to say that I feel like is going to be, used to help the people that's listening to my music. That's not what Drake is doing. Drake is just making music for y'all to party to and have y'all toxic ass relationships to. And I have no issue with that. But at the end of the day, when it really, comes down to it, we're not going to act like Drake is a better or harder rapper than Kendrick. I'm just not going to do that with y'all.
That would be insanity.
Like, I don't even understand. Like, I like Drake and everything, but the way we sit down and listen to a Kendrick album from beginning to end, listening to all of the lyrics and then Googling to make sure we got all our reference points together, like, yeah. And I will never forgive Drake for spending the first half of his career using all of the black strippers to get on and then having a baby with a butterface white prostitute. I would never forgive him for that because I felt like that was the signifier that you're using the black women to make yourself seem cool, but you don't value them enough to even have a baby with them, let alone like really be with them or value them the way.
I think that was the first time I had seen him with a white woman because he was cosplaying with the black strippers. You're not lying,
girl.
I did kind of feel bad. I kind of felt bad when they were saying white boy. I was like, oh, I'm sure that's triggering. I'm sure he went his whole life,
I don't even think he cared. I didn't feel bad. I don't feel bad at all. I used to love me some Drake. Honestly, like Drake more than Kendrick, but I'll be a fool if I lied and said that, Kendrick did not eat him up. But the reason why I don't feel bad is because when I think about, I just feel like as I reflect back, because Drake has annoyed me over the past few years. A lot of what Drake has done was for him to feel, how like light-skinned people or mixed people often talk about how people want them to prove their blackness. Like sometimes you're not black enough. I feel like Drake went through that a lot throughout his life. And I feel like as much as because I think Rick Ross may have called him out, or even Kendrick tried to talk about how he wants to be so much like his daddy because he needs to prove to people that he is truly black. I do not believe his dad was in his life like that. That's why he would say, oh, I would go to Memphis to see my dad. That's him trying to get validation that I'm from Memphis or whatever. You wasn't around your daddy like that at all. You just pulled that man in so that you could reach the black audience and all of that. Like I used to like Drake, but not now.
No, I don't like Drake anymore either. I don't, especially
using
I think the final cue for me was what'd you say, Bondy?
Somewhere around those last 2-3 albums, I think, when him and Kanye came out with an album at the same time.
I don't
know which album that was, but him in 2021, that album, that's when I was like, this nigga's ill.
I don't think I have really cared for anything since Views.
Here's the thing, J. Cole is biracial, but here's the thing, and that's why I'm saying it's not really about Drake being biracial. It's not about that. It's about the way he cosplays in the black community, the way he moves. That's what it's really about. You don't feel that vibe from J. Cole. You feel like J. Cole just doing him and being himself.
And J. Cole didn't go dig his dad up or anything to bring him out to validate the fact that he is a black man. J. Cole has struggles, I believe, like a lot of black men have had, even though he had that white mama. That's the side that he leans to. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. I just feel like Drake hasn't always leaned to the black side until he realized how it was going to be profitable for him.
Well, his dad even came out and said that he was actually in his life. Because you remember Drake used to rap about it all the time. That his dad wasn't in his life. His dad claimed he was, but don't they all claim they are?
Okay, don't they?
What in my
life? Because FaceTime, virtual calls don't count.
If they had that back when he was in Degrassi, girl, and Soul Food, bullying Ahmad on Soul Food, the series, child. I remember. Okay, but I definitely feel like he's an insecure man, and that's showing through in a lot of different ways. What's up, Jamie?
I just want to also say, why would Kendrick need to come at J. Cole's biracialness or whatever when J. Cole dissed him and then turned around and apologized? Once you turned around and apologized, there's no need for me to come at you with a further diss. But see, what Mr. Aubrey did was Aubrey dropped a diss track, then turned around and dropped another one with AI of Tupac. I'm on your ass. sense because not only did you try to play on my top, you tried to play on Tupac's top. So now I'm finna dig in that ass just
And
a
his
little
people
bit.
was like,
So he went low. And
down.
if you listen to the song, he says that like the last time I hit a Drake, I guess I didn't hit it hard enough or I didn't go low enough or do what I need to do. So this time I'll make sure I do that. And that's what so he hit him right on down there. Okay, where it obviously affects him. Okay. But yeah,
because essentially I feel like it's not even about being light skinned or biracial. It's really how somebody act. Because there are a lot of light skinned rappers that do not get the same treatment, and it's because they don't move like this. You know what I'm saying? Like there are a bunch of them. Like nobody. There's some light skinned rappers. What they say, ain't nobody rapping harder since light skinned rapping harder since Ice-T. Like y'all ain't never seen nobody play with Ice-T. And if that nigga ain't have a perm at some point, I know something. I wish y'all would come at Ice-T on some shit and watch everybody get cussed the fuck out on Twitter. Okay. So yeah, like it's not that. It's really about the persona that he pretends to have and how it really does feel like he has used the community in a way that feels fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel used.
And what started to annoy me about Drake, this is when I started falling off Drake. When he started to do the I guess like the Caribbean accents or whatnot, when he started doing that, that's when I said, okay,
that's when I fell back too. I was here for Houston Drake. I liked Houston Drake, but when he started doing the accents, it was too much for me. I was like, I'm done. But really,
curlers, I
was still fooling with him up until he started doing the Shady Boots post towards Meg Thee Stallion. When he came to Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, that's when I was like, stay out of women's business.
Like, what are you doing this for? To me, that was really because that was so unnecessary, and it felt like punching down. Like you're fucking Drake, dude. You know that you have influence in the industry, so you using your influence against this girl that got shot over this nigga that's gonna be in jail anyway. Yeah.
And not even just the post. He had a whole lyric about it. And that was the first time I had never heard Meg even address Drake. So I was like, why the fuck would you put this in your song?
It's getting behind the scenes. You mad because she ain't want to let you fuck.
That's what I was wondering.
I feel like a lot of niggas got online and talk shit about Meg or sided with Tory simply because they tried Meg and Meg was like, no, thank you. Because then all of a sudden, I'm a hoe. I done fucked everybody. Yeah, sure. Okay, fine. I'm sure. Girl. Crystal, leave the fake access to Chet Hanks.
Right.
We'll come out there with a fake Jamaican accent. Child. I know that man.
That is so true.
Like, we really exposed him to too much. Poor thing.
Chet Hanks definitely be the one.
Yes, let me read some of these super chats and then we'll get out of here. Twins Vanity 96. Thank you for the super chat. When I was in pre-K, we learned to keep our hands, feet, and all other objects to ourselves. So when men like him lead me to believe that this type of person absolutely had to repeat Head Start, talking about old boy from the show. Dominic.
Never ever met.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Big Body Beans, thank you for the super chat. Prinky just posted on her story. It looks like she may have a black eye. Girl, what the fuck? Jamie, please pull it up. Send it to me.
That's crazy.
Equation, thank you for the super chat. Jay Boogin 88, thank you for the super chat, boo. Dating a 16-year-old is only legal if you're no more than 5 years older. So no,
that's what I thought.
Ass can't date a 16-year-old. Ew. I also was like, what state? Because I think it depends on the state. Because in our state, in Louisiana, no.
17 not here either. If you like 20 and you dating a 17-year-old, maybe I think if you're 20, you dating a 17-year-old, if the parents consent, it's fine. Yeah. But it ain't no like 16 is legal. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no.
It's the last
in high school at the same time, I feel like we could let that slide.
It's the last photo.
Okay.
On her own story.
You did it in the private chat or the DMs?
Private.
Okay,
both, but private.
Girl, private shit. I got it. Let's see. Because y'all know Prank might be acting. So let me see.
Oh, that's a good point. She did get booked on a new show. 5 days ago, she made that announcement, actually.
But that, I don't know.
I don't know why, if she had a black eye, she would even take a picture like that.
To prove that that Richie ain't shit. I don't know.
Same thing Masika was over there trying to do, and it went left on her. Remember, she was in that trafficking film or something, and she tried to do that video, play on that, and it
I remember that.
Oh wait, hold up, I forgot. Hold up, y'all. Let me. Where's it at? Where's the damn? Here we go. Y'all see it?
Mm-hmm. It's not that big, but
it's not. Maybe
It
it's
looked
just
like
her eyes.
she might have had a black eye a week ago, but I don't know.
It don't look like it was done in makeup. I tell you that much.
You don't think so?
Like a fake black eye? No, because that's what I mean. Like it don't look like if she was acting and they had done a black eye, because that looked like something somebody tried to cover up versus
it
to make it look like a black eye.
I see it now.
I don't know, y'all. Who knows what's going on? But we know that Ray J is over there having phone parties by himself and getting face tattoos. So he's spiraling either way. But anyway, let me finish out these. Thank you, Scotty. Shout out to you, love. Jamel, thank you for the super chat. Amanda has been in this business for 30 years, and we didn't start hearing issues until Insecure. Kanye acts the same way, and he's renowned a genius. This hatred for her is misogyny. And that's another thing I was thinking about. I was like, when did Amanda get difficult to work with? Because Amanda been working for a long ass time. And I feel like she didn't get difficult until recently. Also,
I never
knew they were
remember her
saying she was difficult.
Yeah, I don't even remember her being in the limelight like that before Insecure.
She wasn't in the limelight, but I definitely I followed her career simply because from My Brother and Me, that was my era of Nickelodeon. Then on Cop and a Half, Katie, the law is always on your side. She was a lot of times the only, cute little black girl on something. So you would see her and you know what I'm saying? And then when she was on MTV, she was like one of the only black girls that would be hosting or DJing on MTV when she was Amanda Diva. So I just kind of remember watching her career. Then back in the day when MTV and VH1 used to have all of those shows where people would come and give commentary or tell jokes about different things that was going on. Remember, I love the 90s and all of that shit. Those shows back. Them shows used to be funny as fuck. But she used to be on those a lot back when they was on MTV. So I just feel like, we had never heard anything about her not being good to work with until all of this shit now. That's why I feel like I wish people would stop doing that whole, it can't just be everybody else. It's got to be her, because it's like, okay, but what are we actually hearing that's happened? Let's talk about it specifically. What specifically has happened besides her getting kicked out of Issa's party and them writing all of those op-eds about her? But nobody even said she was difficult to work with on set. Nobody said that. So that's another thing. I don't know. But anyway, thank you for the super chat, boo. Lady V226, thank you for the super chat. I wish I could send more ladies, but much more success to you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lisa Mooney, thank you for the super chat. I'll say it up here as well. Aubrey Graham is an actor who should win an Oscar for playing Drake. Also, I thought Kendrick was calling Jay Prince Drake's father. Well, that's funny. I'm gonna have to go look that up.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. I think they were talking about that when he mentioned the son and all of that. Yeah.
Okay, so before we go, y'all, quickly before we go, have y'all watched Them yet? The second season of Them?
I need to watch it again.
No,
I fell asleep at the end.
Okay. Y'all got to go watch it because it was a real, real good, girl. Once you get through it and recognize what's going on, it was playing on a lot of themes.
It's kind of scary.
It is. But mainly what we want to tell y'all is stop neglecting these fucking kids. That's what we want to tell y'all. That's the moral of the story. If you go watch it, I ain't gonna spoil it for you, but stop neglecting these fucking kids. Because a lot of people neglect and be like, fuck these kids. And that's cute and shit to say until them kids grow up and become a psychopath and start killing people. Okay? So stop saying fuck these kids in real life. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to be like, oh, I'm about to sit down because I'm tired. Fuck these kids. I'm about to take a vacation. I ain't doing this. Fuck these kids. But to actually be like, I'm sending them, sending these kids away or sending them back that, just not giving a fuck when things are happening to children. No, I'm not spoiling it. I'm not spoiling it. But if you watch the first episode, you'll see somebody was fucking over a kid. So I haven't spoiled anything for you. I promise. I feel like nothing really happened in Martha Vineyard's Summer House this episode. So maybe by next episode, we'll have more to talk about because it wasn't really much that happened. I mean, Mariah.
Oh, you think Summer showing her ass on Rhea?
It's just, she jealous. I think she's jealous of Noelle.
Oh yeah,
Very jealous.
about
Extremely.
because she
Well,
Her
not
friends
just
all in
that.
the house and
The
shit.
big-
Talking
I
about
think
she
she
want to be friends, but not trying to create a friendship
she's talking.
space.
Yep, she's talking about go ahead, make your friends.
all I saw was her crying about her life and saying she ain't have nobody to support her. Oh yeah, because she found out her daddy wasn't her daddy. That shit. That's what I
Yeah.
do here. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
she's
yeah,
a
y'all.
mess.
We'll talk about it next week, child. Because then we'll actually have like more than one thing to talk about. The show is
Yeah, 'cause then
good.
you
I'm
have
watching it, but I don't think it's a every week review like that. Because it's just, it don't be that much to me. But
no.
anyways, that's all we got for y'all tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to all of our channels. Subscribe to Jami ThatsMe, Necey Dixon, and of course me, Bondy Blue. Okay, the award-winning YouTuber, bitch. Get into it.
Okay.
Boss Babe YouTuber 2024. Get into
Yes,
You better
yes.
say it.
it.
I
Okay.
know that's right.
Girl, I'm still living in it. Thank you to everybody that voted for me. You know what I'm saying? I love
Yeah, you
everybody.
gotta come on camera, Bondy, and do a speech about like,
Okay.
for your people.
Okay, for my people, right quick, right fast. Okay, so thank you everybody for voting for me. Okay, thank you so very much. I appreciate everybody that comes and watches my content and supports me, my family, my mama, my husband, all my homegirls. You know what I'm saying? Them other people who know who they are, like yeah. And y'all, because y'all know I love y'all, and hopefully we will get nominated for our work here on the Ooh Ladies First Panel. Because you know what I'm saying, we got the best panel out there. I don't know what everybody else.
That's very true.
No, hey, but we have the best panel
TV
out
and YouTube.
Okay,
Period.
so listen. So I would very much like Boss Babe Award people, Boss Babe Award people. Okay, Mulatto Chevelle, when you're getting ready for 2025, please. Ooh, ladies, first panel. We about to start making this a podcast so we can be put into that podcast. Okay, little what you call them or whatever. Y'all know what I'm saying.
Nominations.
Yes, the nomination
There
for
we
the
go.
podcast because I feel like we deserve it. Okay, we've been giving y'all real shit for what 2-3 years now.
Longer than 2 is like 3 to 4.
Yes,
3.
but I think we're in year 4. I thought
2021, 3. Yeah, something. At
Yeah.
least 3.
Okay, and so thank you so much because I feel like I wouldn't be where I am without.
Oh, you're not lying. It is 4.
It is 4 since 2020.
20.
That's crazy. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all always supporting me, the two of y'all,
Yeah,
and
love y'all too.
I love that we've been able to keep this going, and I enjoy it. I always look forward to talking to y'all every time we do this. So
yeah.
hopefully we will get nominated next year. But if not, y'all already know who the best panel is. The Old Ladies First Panel, bitch. I said what the fuck I said. All right.
Period.
Okay. Period. With that being said, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We hope y'all have a good rest of y'all night. And we will all see y'all next time.